good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Maiyegun live. And thank you so much for joining me from wherever indeed you are actually tuning in from, tuning in, so to say. So after reading the caption of the broadcast, please read the description of the broadcast as well. Description. Like it, share it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them to join us. And at the point, probably we are going to actually take calls as well. All right. So the rider Ahmed Datti or Ahmed Baba or Baba Ahmed Datti, Peter Obi's running mate in 2023, the man who tried to mobilize the young Nigerians to actually fight for their mandate when the INEC stole it. And it's been kind of like a moving string as well since then. First, he practically said they should or they could build Labour Party or build on the success or successes that Labour Party recorded in 2023 without having to go and join any coalition or any other group like that. But Peter Obi has chosen to join the coalition, something that Ahmed Datti distanced himself from, I think from day one, even before he came to fruition. So Datti today, in the presence of Judas Abure, declared that he will be running for president of Nigeria in 2027 under the banner of a Labour Party. But he didn't just make the announcement, all right? He went as far as, firing a shot at Obi, Obedient, and the entire coalition talk in his own broadcast this afternoon. So that's where we are going to start from. Also, more and more members of the supposed APC have started reacting to the exchanges between Wike and their own national secretary, Senator Ajibola Bashiru. They are categorically reminding Wike that, except if he's just a busybody, which they believe he is, he should understand that there is kind of like a, limitation to his supposed influence in Tinubu's regime, not to drag the APC into it in the way he's kind of doing in Rivers. So we're going to go there also this evening. So let's get started with Ahmed Datti, talking about what he's going to do. He's going to increase the salaries of the current teachers, policemen, military, the blah, the blah, the blah. Let's start with that tonight. Datti.
Labour Party because Labour Party won a presidential election. I have not left Labour Party because I am not satisfied with a coalition of disgruntled politicians who could not even challenge 2023 constitutional breaches. I will not leave Labour Party because of the promise it holds. All major aspirants, and I mean all, I challenge to be shown one, just one among the major aspirants, only one, that has never been in a ruling party. I am that one. I have never been in a ruling party. The records are there for you to see. And if the records of APC, Labour Party, because
that's not, that's even like a snippet, right? So he went on to say that despite his effort to unite the party, bring everybody together to continue to build, there are others who sort of like disagreed with him, and indeed they would be abusing him. He's referring to the obedience, and that's kind of like a phrase, right? And what he's going to do if he becomes the president in 2027. Datti.
A party that united genuine democratic citizens needs to be sustained. A party that mobilized Nigerian youth must be promoted. I had earlier engaged all party members to reconcile, and while some heeded my calls, others took offense and proceeded to defect. No regrets to me for this role, however, as a leader in this party. In this defection case, neither my humble self nor the Labour Party are the aggressors. A group of political travelers welcomed in 2022 with a presidential ticket continued with their journey. Simple. This is a fact to keep in mind in anticipation of their ever-ready hostile online attitudes. With all humility, Labour Party can flaunt its successes in the presence of financial difficulties. In an era of perfected electoral fraud, Labour Party produced a state governor, 8 senators, about 40 House of Reps, about 45, about 50 state House of Assembly members, most of whom have now defected. And again, I am proud to be associated with real members like my brother, Honorable Etana Beni. Labour Party is now the June 2027 salaries of public servants, especially security personnel and teachers, will be 4 times as is currently paid. Please hear me again. Nigeria can afford it. My good friend, the police constable, the army private, the teachers that are looked down at, I think they should, and I know they should, and I am able to ensure that they will earn nothing less than 4 times what they are being paid today in June 2027. I have not left Labour Party because Labour Party won a presidential election. I have not left Labour Party because I am not satisfied with a coalition of disgruntled politicians who could not even challenge 2023 constitutional breaches. I will not leave Labour Party because of the promise it holds. All major aspirants, and I mean all, I challenge to be shown one, just one, among the major aspirants, only one, that has never been in a ruling party. I am that one. Correct. I have never been in a ruling party. The records are there for you to see. And if the records of APC are that of a ruling party, I never wish to join any ruling party, except one that by God's grace, that government that we're going to form. I therefore remain a loyal Labour Party member, and I make myself available to fix Nigeria. Nigerians know the truth. Nigerians, we know the truth. Nigerians, please use the truth. Thank you very much. I am my own boss.
We're going to come to that. So that said, Datti. Now, if you kind of like throw everything on the table and begin to pick them according to their relevance, you will say that when it comes to this, their supposed political integrity, Datti seem to have shown more integrity than Peter Obi in this sense. But like they have been saying, there is no real saint in their politics. The good, the bad, we eventually have to like, team together to also fight the good, the bad that is in the other side. So it seems like integrity integrity will not be enough. When it comes to the political, or should I say electoral value, again, Peter Obi kind of like have a hedge over Datti. But when you look at the Labour Party, I mean, before this obedient Peter Obi and others, right, joined this Labour Party, there was barely no issue there. There were no rivalry, there were no this wahala. Then immediately they declared their interest. Then you had this Apapa of this world, you have Abure of this world, you have Arabambi of this world. And then the drama just went on and on and on and on. And it was like life and death kind of a fight. They were fighting themselves. They were, when Obi and Datti said they were challenging the election results. In that same breath, the members of the Labour Party, supposedly, member or leaders of Labour Party, Apapa, Arabambi, and the rest of them, they were in court to say that, no, they are not challenging the election results. And not even up to tomorrow, right? They still kind of like very much are responsible for why Obi couldn't really build, except if you are deceiving yourselves, like Datti is doing. Whatever Datti is doing with that guys in Labour Party, right? Except if your own bias is kind of so blind and you are so dishonest, right? It is the same Labour Party. The same Labour Party that Tinubu controls, where the Wike controls, in case if you don't know, right? In fact, from record, this time that Wike is jumping left, right, and center, claiming to have a campaign for Tinubu in 2023. There's actually no video of Wike campaigning for Tinubu in 2023 anywhere ever. If you have one, you can bring it. Show me. He couldn't tell the Rivers to actually vote for Tinubu, but what is on record is that there is enough evidence of tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of naira that Wike actually gave to Labour Party until things kind of like went the other way. So the point here is this. This Labour Party that Datti is kind of like making look like it's all right. It's not. You get what I mean? It is not. And as it stands right now, I mean, only if people kind of would have that choice, right? As it stands right now, Tinubu and his gang, right? They have no real rivalry based on political party stuff, political party strength in Nigeria. Not now. But yeah, that's why people are saying your 2027 should be APC versus you, the people. But unfortunately, as unfortunate as Nigeria would have it, look at the characters who are running to be president of Nigeria, who are running to lead Nigeria. That should tell you the whole picture, that Nigeria is effed, sort of. But yeah, that's it. To him, he is not a subordinate to Obi. He's got no boss. This time, he will probably, something else again. He wouldn't even have any problem. I don't think he's going to have any problem in Labour Party now, because he's not really a threat to the establishment per se. So he won't have any of these Arabambi idiots and the rest of them. You're likely never going to hear from them again, ever. But yeah, he is his own boss.
I am my own boss. Simple. I'm not following anybody's trajectory. I'm not stepping into anybody's shoes. Can I please remind you that before His Excellency Governor Peter Obi aspired for presidency, I aspired for presidency before him. The records are there for you to see. In October 2018, I attended the I participated in the primaries of PDP, the then PDP in Port Harcourt. And I walked to Governor Peter Obi and I said, please, can I have your vote? And he smiled at me. What a gentleman he was. And then Atiku won, and he took Peter Obi as his, as we call it, running mate. So forgive me, your question is not even relevant because it does not pertain to me. I aspired to presidency before His Excellency Peter Obi. And if you heard me well in what I just submitted, I saw a rare opportunity for national unity to have elected Peter Obi in 2023. And that is why I decided to flow with it. You asked about religion. Yes, I am a Muslim, I'm a practicing Muslim, but I'm a Nigerian. And the Constitution allows me to contest. You asked about ethnicity. Yes, I am, as you say, Hausa man, but I'm a Nigerian. And Nigerian Constitution allows me to contest. I have never done anything because of ethnicity or religion. I'm doing it because Nigeria needs help. Nigeria needs people like me. Then your question about if I have decided to declare, I am a law-abiding citizen and I'm also a loyal party member until the timetable is released by INEC, until the whistle is blown, until leadership of Labour Party say those who are interested. I will not say anything about. Thank you. However, remember, I told you, Nigerians, we know the truth. Nigerians use the truth. If you like, continue deceiving us.
So Datti, again, I do not really probably understand the whole idea, right? Because everybody seems to we end up actually concentrating on what would the ADC do. Peter Obi said even if he doesn't become the candidate of ADC, their coalition is going to remain there because their own agenda is, again, like Datti, is to rescue Nigeria from APC, but the Peter Obi's supporters are already given their own condition, which is straightforward. They do not have political party, and indeed, Peter Obi is their own political party. If the ADC want the same kind of massive grassroots kind of support, like what happened in 2023, they will need to give their ticket to Obi. That one in itself is already causing some internal ruckus right now, where some loyalists of Atiku are beginning to complain that the new obedient supporters that joined ADC are already like intimidating them. They are already harassing them that it must be Obi or nothing. Now, how they manage this whole thing in the probably coming weeks, right, will determine if Tifnumbu is going to have any opposition before your 2027. Yeah, some people are already saying that it is going to be the citizens versus what you got versus Tifnumbu or versus APC. But that too that too will be kind of like determined by how ADC play their worldview. But right now, there are those who are already willing to dine with the devil. The obedient who have said that, listen, if they are to possibly ignore the infraction of parlaying with the same crook responsible for most of what is wrong with Nigeria today, right? The only way they could ignore that or bypass that would be if they give their ticket to Obi. A condition that some of them felt like that is more like an entitlement. Why are you sounding so entitled? Again, all these reactions, as you are seeing them online, they're also taking place offline. Oh. But yeah, it will be about how they manage it. Similar thing that is playing out in Rivers State. Tinubu did not win election in Rivers State. For those of you who probably witnessed or you are not suffering from the Stockholm syndrome, right? In 2023, it was that bad that Wike started kidnapping electoral officers, falsifying figures, mutilating election results, only to then declare that Tinubu scored 230,000 votes in Rivers State. It's all be that they actually voted for real, right? Ended up scoring 170,000. An open rigging that a lot of people, which actually contributes to most of the, should I call it, angst or anger against Wike. Why so many people really want to see what happened to him at the end? Because Tinubu didn't win any polling units in Rivers State in 2023. None. You see those people who are singing about today, who are shouting on your mandate, and all of that Wike is using. Not a single one of them can show you where they've openly campaigned for Tinubu in Rivers State. Nowhere. But look at them today, right? So again, how are they going to manage it? That is what's going to happen next. Wike this time, courtesy of Tinubu, has managed to take over the control of the local government areas. It's not because Wike is it's kind of like a powerful or anything. He owes it to Tinubu, to be honest. In case if some of you have forgotten, on the day of the Fubara's local government elections, majority of these guys that are singing about today, majority of them were already kind of like a chase to the hole. None of them could come out. The election held. The swearing in took place. Wike couldn't go back to Rivers State until the Supreme Court gave them that judgment that the whole thing was illegal. It should be nullified. Courtesy of Tinubu. What did they do? Tinubu appointed sole administrator. A sole administrator that is unknown to law in Nigeria. No, Nigeria 1999 constitution as amended does not recognize sole administrator anywhere. But yeah, Tinubu appointed one. Gave him power to conduct election, write budgets and stuff like that. Yeah, and that's how the with the Wike's men managed to get back and took control of the local government areas. So Fubara currently, which many believed that as he already joined APC, that should give him some level of a protection. But with the Wike won't have, would have none of that. As you have been witnessing in the past week, towards the end of last year, and from the beginning of this year, he has been going everywhere to remind everyone that what he did in 2023 will not repeat itself again in 2027. And no matter what arrangements Fubara went into, right? Or whatever he's telling everybody out there, that's not what they agreed. He will not get a second term. Right. This has now prompted the APC stalwarts to begin to actually latch back that way to. You are not even in our party. Like, what kind of entitlement or power do you really think you wield that you can decide what will happen in the APC in Rivers State? Some are saying that he's already shot himself in the legs, right? But we'll get to that part. One guy that is called the national media guy in APC, Ebekebe, was with Daily Trust, where he was addressing same thing. We're going to go to Rivers State. Let's stop by in Abuja, where another APC stalwart is taking on with the Wike. He called him busybody. Yeah, if with the Wike understands.
Honorable Minister Wike is mixing right and wrong, or he does not know what it means to be called a busybody in law. He's a lawyer, and anybody that meddles into affairs that don't belong to him is a busybody. As far as membership of the party is concerned, Wike is not a member of the APC. And he has no right to interfere in the affairs of the APC. To do that is to be meddlesome. And if you meddle into affairs that are not within the purview of your rights, you have to get your wings cut to size. And Wike has attempted to interfere in the affairs of the APC, and his wings will be cut unless he decides to do the right thing And the right thing is for him to resign the membership of whatever party he belongs to, and then come
I think he belongs to PDP. We are not sure.
Okay, very good. So you are not sure, but you cannot say you think he belongs to the APC. You can guess that he belongs to the PDP. It is for the PDP now to say whether he is a legitimate or rightful member of the party or not. If he is an illegitimate member of the PDP, then he belongs nowhere.
But the tidbit you had, they said, of course, Wike is not a member of their party. How will you describe him now? Where does he belong? Is he floating?
As far as PDP is concerned, I don't even know which one is the rightful or legitimate PDP. So I don't know which faction gave this disclaimer. But wherever it is, Wike does not belong to the APC where I belong. And if he interferes in the affairs of the APC, he's a busybody, he's being meddlesome, and he must know what it means to be so named.
Some people will be really, really shocked to start hearing this whispers from the APC, considering that in the last 2.5 years, he has been part and parcel of the APC. I mean, he is a member of the Federal Executive Council, and many believe that all the fights he had with members of the PDP, were at the instance of the APC. How do you reconcile this, Bala?
Well, I think there is a misconception or misunderstanding of the position of Wike. I'm not holding brief for him, but if I understand him very well, I've heard him say more than once that he's in support of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He has no regret supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Before the election, he said he was going to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. After the election, he said he supported President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the leader of the APC. Now, because of that relationship, people think he has been working for the APC. Well, I don't know the legality of that, but I can say based on his pronouncement that he has been working for the success of the president. To that extent, yes, he has helped the president, and since the president is a member of our party, by extension our party is a beneficiary of Wike's support for the president. But that does not give him the powers to interfere with the affairs of the APC unless and until he changed that pronouncement to say that he is supporting the APC. He is going to work for the APC. He is working for the success of the APC. But if he is working for the singular progress and success of the president, he is not working for the success of the APC. He is working for the success of the president. And there is a difference between the president, the presidency, and the party where the president, Honorable Minister Wike.
Another year, Wike is not working for APC, according to the APC guys. Wike continued to remind everyone that he is working. He has worked and is still working for Tinubu. Now, in that sense, the APC believes that it should possibly stick to that and not meddle in the affairs of the party, whatever the party is going to do with Fubara. But you see all of this, everybody is still playing around the bush or like dancing around the bush. But we'll get there. The guy continued, by the way. Yeah.
What happens if Wike joins the party tomorrow?
He will be given a position. That will be a
interesting part. I'm actually thinking maybe I should play you a clip before that part. Here is the thing. According to them, if you are the governor of a state and the party, you are automatically the leader of the party in that state. But that doesn't mean that what you do can override what the national want to do. Do you get that now? But if you're in a good relationship with them like that, or, when you see the likes of Oplesus or Digba and a few others like that, right, who have direct access to Tinubu. So the way they relate, nobody tells them that they are not leaders of their states. But when it comes to River State, how's it going to be like? if Wike joins the APC, for instance, which he won't, for the obvious reason, okay, he's got to stay in PDP to do what he is doing in preparation for their 2031, when Tifnubu is done, according to the Wike's plot. But what if he's finally pushed to go and join them in this course of trying to stop Fubara? Wouldn't that be like a from frying pan to fire again? That's what the guy wants to talk about. But here is what Wike said just before he handed over to Fubara, by the way, or when he was pushing for Fubara. Was there? He did say this.
That's what you can do about it. Even when you have spent your 8 years in office, then you continue to pretend to say who becomes who, whatever, in River State. It doesn't. Somebody say me. It may happen in Lagos State, but it will not happen in Rivers. We are quite different. It will not happen here. As a governor, I will come and go. I can't stop it. I must come and go. All the Kevin left. You've never heard of me saying that you will do this, you will not do that. The day my tenure, by the grace of God, ends, I go. That's how God wants it. But see, when you are in a position to think that what's happening in Lagos State, you will do it here, it may be difficult. You cannot continue to say you must be a godfather of the state. That's the problem. It's not possible. Today I live here in the name of Almighty God. I have no business to say why must I produce? Why? What am I hiding? The people of the state should be able to say this is who they want to produce. We from the state, we don't want to lose somebody in the capital. I can tell you, not in Nigeria.
Wike, a very funny man. But right now, he's currently building his own legacy. What do you call that thing again? Dynasty. He's building his own dynasty. There's this young boy, his son, that if he becomes House of Representatives member, is being sent to the House of Reps in 2027, okay? So if he becomes a rep member, it will likely be the youngest rep member in Nigeria, I think, at the age of 24 or 25, it is said. But we are going to come back to that. So if Wike join APC, is it not going to end up under Fubara in that kind of arrangement? That one itself has started generating different sort of like a controversy right now, right? Where they are now saying, the national chairman of their party is now saying, no, governors are not the leaders of the party in the state. Really? On top this reversal. So what will Wike possibly believe he did for Tifnubu in 2023? This could also be the Achilles heel for him. I mean Tifnubu, because 230,000 is how much Wike gave Tifnubu in 2023 as vote. However, in Osun State gave APC over 340 or so thousand. You see, all these numbers are now playing out. That's why some of them are saying it seems Wike is now overplaying his political hand. He may get bumps, but here, that guy.
What happens if Wike joins the party tomorrow?
He will be given a position. There will be a seat for him. If he decides to join, he will be placed accordingly.
Will he replace Fubara?
No way. No, he will certainly be under Fubara.
But do you think he will agree to be under Fubara?
No, that's a choice for him, right? If you follow, you will be followed. But if you don't follow, nobody is going to follow you. When he was the governor, he was followed. Now that he's not the governor, he must follow. You cannot carry the position of leadership after vacating the seat.
But you know, he always gets what he wants. Wike, probably he will move for, is it alteration or changing of the APC constitution to now say maybe if you had served and then you are still agile and all that, you know, politicians can do anything.
Well, I think you are not being fair to Wike. You want us to revisit his encounter with that naval officer, where he tried to get what he wanted and he didn't get what he wanted. So I don't want us to go there so that we don't overflog the issue. But certainly he does not get what he wants all the time. There are times when if you go against the let down regulations, you cannot get what you want. And as a lawyer, he knows better. Because the first article of the Constitution, I'm not a lawyer, but I know the first article of the Constitution. It says everything and everyone within the Federal Republic of Nigeria is not supreme over the Constitution, which means the Constitution is supreme over everyone. And the Constitution has spelled out positions. Hierarchically, it has spelled out roles. So you cannot come and impose yourself above that which was prescribed by the Constitution. He is a lawyer, he knows better. The Constitution recognizes the position of a governor. The Constitution recognizes the position of the president. It recognizes the position of a leader.
But we are beginning to see a situation whereby political leaders deal with the Constitution at their convenience. Look at the recent issue around the tax reform, and many other things. So will you blame people like Wike who believe? Because he said as soon as Fubara, for instance, has his ways, he is buried. But he concluded himself, meaning that crisis is brewing heavily in Rivers State. Are you not worried looking at the voter strength of Rivers? And by the time now Wike is not satisfied with the current arrangement, probably you will not get the votes that the president expects to get from Rivers.
Yes, I will not be happy, particularly because I don't want to attend his funeral. But
Wike's funeral?
Yes, I don't want to.
Not the president's funeral?
Certainly it's not going to be the president's funeral, because the president didn't say if someone wins, he will be buried. But he said if Fubara wins, he's going to be buried, but conditionally, politically, he said. So I think he is not talking about a real
life situation.
Yes, so politically, he said he will be buried politically. Okay, I don't have the right to vote in Rivers. I don't have any special interest in Rivers other than the victory or success of my party. So whatever happens, my wish is that the APC wins in Rivers, and I believe it is going to win because it is working assiduously day and night to see to it that it galvanizes the opinions of the people of Rivers in such a way that they will vote for it. I am confident we are going to win. Whether that win will result in the political death of Wike is another thing which I don't want to see. I want Wike to remain alive politically so that we can have more political entertainments. Even if without the brigandage, I want a polished entertainment so that we keep the body politics active, So as a lawyer, I look forward to seeing more finesse in the way he does his things. I don't like the way he does things with brigandage. It is not in tandem with the teachings of law. Most lawyers have this arrogance. They say they are learned. I always find that insulting. All those
are you saying he's not learned the way he's behaving?
I want to say he is not that learned in law, because decorum is one of the things that is expected of a lawyer. They always show themselves as fine gentlemen.
And he don't behave as such.
No, Wike is not gentleman. For the entertainment part, of course, I agree. I said that 2 days ago. I said, we are all going to miss Wike if indeed he gets politically buried in 2027. You will miss him. The band, the jive, the voice, the braggadocios, and all of that stuff. You're going to miss that. Indeed. But yeah, it seems like it's not somebody who is going to go down without a fight. We're going to go to Rivers, by the way, all right? But first, let us stop by in the studio of Arise, where they are also having a chat around this, where this is headed. Then afterward, I'm going to share with you, right, a kind of like a not too surprising engagement between the Ronukus on the same matter. And those ones, the tribal morons, right? Or those Momuns. So they have already started tribalizing what is going on between Fubara and Wike. And guess who they are blaming? Guess who the Ronukus are blaming for what is going on between Fubara and Wike? I'll come back to you. Now, Abati.
Beginning of the end of this fight. On this, like they say on the streets, President Tinubu 200, Wike 0.
I think maybe there's a conversation that needs to be had about the political culture that has turned Rivers State, a home, into a home for these types of very strongman Machiavellian politics.
Maybe you give Wike, some credit for the capacity to keep causing trouble everywhere that he goes to. The best way to characterize Rivers State politics is to remember the novel, the young adult novel by Professor Anezi Okoro, written in 1972. 1 week, 1 trouble. That is the title of that novel. And what they do in Rivers State is 1 week, 1 trouble. And Wike is a protagonist in ensuring that the destiny of the politics of Rivers State and of the people is that of 1 week, 1 trouble, thus fueling uncertainty and instability. In the People's Democratic Party, his original party, they have rejected him there. Now, leaders in the APC are also rejecting him, saying that he should go back to his PDP because he's not a member of their party. And he too is fighting back. And he says he is challenging anybody to come to Rivers State because it is a no-go area. He's the one in charge. That anybody, does that include the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, by the way? Because if he says anybody, it's a very expansive term of expression. Because one day, he may have to warn President Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself. Maybe if things go south, he may even warn him not to come to Port Harcourt or anywhere in Rivers State because it's a no-go area and he is in charge.
When Wike was going at people in his own party, did he forget that at some point in the APC they would tell him you're not a member of the APC because Fubara has joined the APC? And President Tinubu has played him out in the game. Guess what? Unknowingly, after he got the Supreme Court ruling that they did the local government elections again last year, he went to put most of the local government chairmen as APC members. He ensured they got in. The State House of Assembly defected to APC. The governor, APC. Wike, PDP. It's so easy to scheme him out. The beginning.
It's like where the Wike has outplayed his hand. But no, it is Wike. And don't forget it. The impunity in the system called Nigeria encourages all of this, supports it. And that is what is actually giving it life, by the way. So don't write him off yet. No. Because I think this is just like them warming up. Wike checking his base. Fubara is going to do his own. Yeah, he's going to do his own tour too, where he's going to show his own strength. In that sense, right, we are still going to get to that part. Yesterday, the Ronukus gathered on Twitter. They call it a Twitter space, where they are now like deliberating on a lot of things, political development, including the fight between Wike and Fubara. Peter Obi joining ADC. Now, I don't know how that from talking about the Wike's entitlement, because some of them felt like Wike made Fubara governor and therefore he deserves to be respected and be given or accord his own, whatever. Okay. Then just like a twinkle, the Ronukus started blaming the Igbos. They said the fight between Fubara and Wike wouldn't have been this much if not for the Igbos. I don't know how to say it. I think you should listen.
The person exhibits such a character. Thank you, Auntie Esther. I see the love. And the person exhibits such a character. You're not abusing the person. That's who the person is. Right. And it's unfortunate that this fight is happening when Asiwaju is not around, because they say that the adult is not in the market and the child's head is askew behind the young woman. Okay, it's because Asiwaju is not around. However, the one thing I have noticed is that most of the people that are saying, yes, fight Wike, they are our Southeastern brothers. I can assure you, we will not fight Wike.
He has started. We will
not. No, I'm sorry, Maz.
This is not good. No. This is not good. Yeah,
Mazi,
no,
I'm sorry.
no.
Mazi,
You must
I'll
not
take.
pin every no. You must not pin every conversation to Southeast. No. This is not good. We have been here since
Mazi, I
morning.
take it back. I take
Yeah,
it
yeah.
back.
Take it back, please. Thank you.
I take it back. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. But what I meant to say
Because
is,
now you dey see so OPC people they tell you say you dey wrong, you still dey
Nah, lie,
shout here.
nobody
If you
Southeast,
collect money
nobody
from
Southeast.
Fubara, go return
People
am.
from PDP too, we
Go
want
and
him out.
return
We want to
it.
Southeast.
let me
Needs to
APC
go.
explain.
people
Let
have
me
been
He does
telling
not
you
have
are
to be in
doing
power.
nonsense.
He
You
does
are
not
still
have to be in
repeating
power.
it.
Power is not
Uncle Victor,
compulsory.
Abi,
God go punish you. God go punish you, Papa V.
let me explain. Can I just explain?
God go punish you, Papa V. Papa V, God go punish you, APC people. It is APC belongs to Yoruba people. Are you okay at all? Is it APC people? Are you fool? Are you okay? APC people, APC. Who be APC people? Are you okay? Are you more APC than the secretary of a party? Is it APC people? Foolish idiot.
Mazi,
Go
apologies. I take it back.
return the money where you
Sir
collect.
Victor, please now. Papa V, stop now. Even though we don't insult elders, but Papa V, you to behave yourself. Ibi gereje Latin bagba. So, as I was saying, right? The one thing I noticed is that it's either people from the opposition or some people who don't really understand politics that
Now
want us to
Southeast
just
people
Papa
mention
V,
it.
Papa
Don't let
V,
him.
let
The
Mazi
Southeast
insult you. You will
people,
not
they
behave
are
yourself.
traitors.
Papa
Agbalagba
V,
We
that's
don't
what
now.
I'm
want them
saying.
in
You don't have
APC. We
sense.
don't
That's why
want
they keep
them.
insulting you. You don't have no brain.
It's okay, it's okay,
Papa V,
Papa
Don't be
V.
here.
behave
Any school, any
now.
school. If
You
you
don't
want
have no
left, one left, it's
sense.
okay, it's okay. It's okay.
Papa V,
As
behave
Southeast
now.
people, they are traitors.
Now
We don't
Southeast
want
people
them in
now.
APC.
You
They
know
never
up there, you know
voted
get
APC.
sense.
We don't
Papa
want
V,
Now
them.
I'm
they
not
talk
going to do.
politics.
I'm not
Yeah,
going to
Wike
do.
no be
Papa
Igbo.
V,
Abi no
I
be
am
Igbo.
not going
Wike,
to
hear
do.
some, wait to be hear some.
Please, guys, I'm not going to do this back and forth with you, Papa V. It's not right. It's not proper. And I don't do tribalism. I can't afford to. I have relatives in the southeast. I'm just saying that it appears that it is those people who are not foundational members of the Progressive Party or people who have come, from other parties that want us to fight Wike. And unfortunately, Omoluabiniwa, we don't fight people who have helped us like that. Wike knows that he can trust the Jagaban's word, and that is why he put a caveat in what he said. He said when the president returns, he said it in that video because I watched it. That when the president,
You are teaching me something today. Today, you are trying to tell me that people who can speak and determine what is happening, what is going to happen in APC are Yorubas. This is
Not
what you are
true.
trying.
Not
This is what you are
true.
trying to tell me.
No, you are
That is what you are trying
misunderstanding
to
me.
tell me here. Because I don't understand. I've been trying to get it. Where Omoluabi that he don't fight people, he don't do.
Mazi,
You
I
mentioned Yorubas to go and fight
apologize.
Wike here. Because you have been having this
Mazi.
to be trouble since morning. I didn't get
Wait,
it.
I'm
People who have
coming. It
come for
appears
Southwest
I'm
here
coming.
are
It
attacked
appears
them.
I'm coming. Maybe I'm
No,
using the wrong
it does not make any
words.
sense to me.
Mazi,
It does not
hold
make any
on.
sense to
I
me,
am
to be honest.
listening. Mazi, let me apologize.
You don't need to apologize to me. You don't need to apologize to me. It's your
I'm
opinion. I have my own
apologizing to
opinion.
everybody who is listening who feels offended. Do you understand? What I'm saying is that the foundation of progressivism is that when we give our word, we do the best we can to keep that word. That's the foundation of progressivism. It does not mean that we don't have the likes of Ojiu Kalu. It doesn't mean that we don't have the likes of Ben Kalu or we don't have the likes of Mazin Naimeka. Do you understand? But that is the basic foundation of progressivism. There are people who are progressives that have never been to any other party. Rather than go to any other party, they will.
Nuisance lele.
Ọmọ wèrè, àwọn ọmọ ẹrú, àwọn adójútì ni abanilójú jẹ́, that we are sharing the same ethnic nationality with. The olórí burúkús that are pretty much just comfortable with supporting the drug baron himself. And then they will hide behind the name or the, the ethnic Yoruba. We are Yorubas. Yorubas don't treat our friends like that. Anybody that has helped this Olori Brukus, all of that is for Tifnubu. And their easy fight is just to quickly throw in the tribal stuff. Did you see? Just they gave her mic to speak. It was supposed to be the gathering of APC. They are all supposed to be APC. They were talking about the issues. This lady, that pretty much probably doesn't live in Nigeria, right? The first thing our observation, which is our true observation, because it is tribalism, that is it. So quickly between Fubara and Wike, as if to say, you that is commenting on social media, you are the ones advising Wike or advising Fubara, that you are the ones who created their fight, or you are the ones who make their quarrel never to end. But if they can't say that, it will just be like, it is the Igbos. It is the Igbos, people from the southeast Nigeria, being kind of like, then they quickly fired that. They're like, what are you talking about? Like, from where to where? Then she started hitting her own word, but she started struggling to present the madness that she actually wanted to actually present. Even those who were Yorubas with them in that same space, they felt so ashamed. Because right now, APC is considered as a Yoruba party, but it's not Yoruba party. It is Tifnumbu's party. Everyone that claims to be associated with Tifnumbu because they are Yorubas, they are lying to you. Their own, what do you call it? Their ideology of progressivism or whatever it's called, is that of, backing a druggie, a certificate forger, and of course an election rigger, this time around like economic ruiner too. But if you dare try to question these shortcomings, criticize them, they will quickly tag you Igbo. It is that bad that these guys are so mentally deranged, right? That you can easily tell the level of obsession. I don't know how you can build a political ideology around tribal hatred. You know what I mean? Because that's exactly what it is like. If you have never engaged any Ronuku before, you may not understand what I am saying. Engage a Ronuku and start kind of like having a chat. Immediately, you started pointing out all these shortcomings of Tifnumbu, APC, and the rest. They will automatically either call you, if they know that you are Yoruba, they'll say, oh, it's because you have been listening to all these Igbo people that hate Nigeria. Peter Obi will never be president. It's like, what are you talking about? Do you get what I mean? So the party ideology of Tifnumbu is built around the hatred for the Igbos, with the message that the Igbos hate you too. Yeah, it is an average Ronuku that will tell you that you are just idiot. As a Yoruba man, do you know that an Igbo man hates you? They hate us. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, from where to where? So, you don't understand. All of you that are doing Yoruba, but the Igbos hate you. And all of this is coming from these political criminals who have indoctrinated, oh my God, probably like 3-4 generations with this kind of ideology. So you can't criticize Tifnumbu. It is considered that you are plotting against the Yorubas. And these are criminals who have nothing, these are bastards that have nothing to do with Yoruba land. They don't give a damn about Yoruba land. Not in this world. It's Tifnumbu. So if Wike and the Fubara are fighting over sharing formula and the rest of that, how could any sane person jump into that conversation and say, oh, the people that are amplifying this are brothers from the Eastern Nigeria, forgetting the fact that the same Eastern Nigeria right now, Imo State, is controlled by APC, meaning everything there is APC. Thousands of them, maybe hundreds of thousands of them, right, have pledged their allegiance to APC. That doesn't matter to this criminal, to this idiot. Then if you go to Enugu, they are APC now. Abi, Ebonyi is APC. Out of the 5 states, only 2 are non-APC. The 2 governors themselves are pretty much like tilting towards the same APC. Like, how is that not enough for anybody within that same APC to drop every indoctrination that comes with the hatred against the Igbos? Blame them for everything that is going on. You get what I mean? It is, it's crazy, right? Well, now let's go back to that same River State where Wike, indeed, still fighting for his own life. By the way, I'll take this as a break. This one is an Igbo man singing for Tifnumbu's second term. It's like those ones they call the pick me, you know, love me, like me, I'm not like others. I'm not like others. In this politically manufactured hatred, politically sponsored tribal division and all of that stuff. Here you get. There are those who have proven more than enough to show that they are indeed Fortif Numbu. But you see those ones that are not Fortif Numbu continues, right, to trigger the politically motivated hatred against the Igbos, that they are so blind to see the other numerous Igbos that surrounds them continue to sing on your mandate. They don't see them in any way, just like they won't see this guy.
Yo, Jagaban. Yo, Jagaban. Yo, Jagaban. Now here we want to Jagaban. They want them. Our mama, papa want them. Silver, we want them. The same people waiting for Jagaban. But the same people going to tell us, say, Jagaban is not good again. Which way Nigeria, oh? Because the government don't favor them, oh. They want us to touch Jagaban government, but the people everywhere. Yo, eh. Buhari finish in 8 years. Jagaban go finish 8 years. We know them for church. Yo, eh. Yo, Jagaban. Yo, Jagaban. Yo, Jagaban. Now here we want to Jagaban. One silver we want them. Our mama papa want them. The silver we want them. Yeah. My country people. Me and you don't say change Nigeria overnight. It don't be my
Nuisance, Lele.
Nobody gives a shit about it. Well, anyway, it is it's Nigeria. But let's go back to River State, where the Wike was with Asari. Remember, Asari had to make a video from the beginning of the fight between Fubara and Wike. Asari had to make a video to appeal to Tifnumbu to warn Wike and stop him from, you know what I mean? But yeah, they are pals now. According to Asari Dokudump, you see, where the Wike is currently going on a tour of all the local government areas to rejig his base, and he's been visiting royal fathers. You know, Asari is also a royal father now. Asari Toru, something, Namayanabo of Toru, something. So he said when Wike sent in the mystery that he will be stopping by, he didn't believe him. Because to him, he was like, no, Wike won't come here because we are no longer friends. But indeed, he showed up, right? Because Wike needs everyone that can associate with him right now for what is still to come. Now, the engagement first. I didn't know that Asari Dokudom have his own chanter. Somebody that would kind of like, you know, when you meet the or Fife, for example, you get to see all those chanters, those hype men, right? Or if you see the Alafio for you, for example, too, right? You get to see his own chanters who are going to be like announcing his arrival and all of that stuff. So Asari has one too. And this was how they welcome Wike.
Elem Kalabari. Amayanabo of Toro Saramapri. Amayanabo of the new Calabar River. Buyana, Briana. Pai Polo Mimo. Ene Finji Adere. Mpoto. Obolibio Awokoko. Mburukana. Kendi kuru aja. Soku wolo bibio wolo. Ẹ̀yin kana dogi boto kuru. Everybody mage aboko. Ẹ̀yin kana dogi boto kuru. Everybody mage aboko. Prekon. Preparamacana. Ere dokibo no muere boyam. No muere bo para que Philippines boko. Ere bako no mo rebo yam. No mo rebo bra ke peni kuye to bako. Bra kasakrama. Bra kasakrama. Bra kasakrama. Join krobo dukuno. Join krobo dukuno. Join krobo dukuno. To go e beji wula wula. To go e beji wula wula. E beji fia ni ejama na wa. E beji fia ni ejama na wa. Pulofoni bi oni kan. Ogborugo. 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 Gburugburu. Our dear August visitor that came in January. You're welcome, sir. Before you is the esteemed Amayanabo of the source. Da Amakri Tobo. Da Amakri Ekeke. Alaji Mujahid Abubakar Dokubasare.
I mean, I don't understand what he's saying. It's just probably summoning Asari Dokudom's ancestors. You know, the same way they kind of use all those panegyrics or something like that, right? Where you have to like call on your ancestors and the rest. But when the Wike was like, ah, God damn it, man, what in be all this? But he had to sit there. Then he introduced himself to take a bow before Asari. King Asari, by the way. King Alaji Asari, Abailaji King Asari, I don't know. The Amayanabo of Amakri Kingdom. The Toru King, something like that. Sure you get. I can't remember all of that, okay? So Asari and Wike.
Amayanabo, members of the Council of Chiefs, members of the delegation, the Chairman of Council, Honorable, I hear Wike granted to say a consent and majorly one part of the together. I'm happy reception that me and my husband that I know that he does in their tradition and that presenting use of the words with a G. But let your children tradition that tradition is tradition. I would like them to the July anywhere. We all know split but on the but again, what's important that tradition I was presented and drinking. So thank you for giving us the opportunity to talk to them and also come to their palace. In fact, like this, it's like Asian house, like Asian house, which here I through the place. You know, so on behalf of my team, I want to say happy New Year and continue to pray and support Mr. President. Thank you and God bless.
Your Excellency, my friend and brother, and all the familiar faces that are in their delegation there, I welcome all of you. Distinguished was my neighbor at Mbono Street. Our houses were almost opposite. Before he went to the House of Rep, he went to the Senate and so on. And several others that are here. I welcome you to my house. I would have wished that we would have come to Kalawari, but that might not be possible now. But it's by the grace of God in the few time from now in future, we'll come to Kalawari, because the Trans-Kalawari road is just less than 20 minutes from Kalawari. And going down to Kalawari to Elemi Foko, It's going to open another door for the economic well-being of the country and the economic well-being of Rivers State. Because Ellen Kalawara, Rivers State is blessed. Ellen Kalawara, Yorokoto, and so on. Lemifoko, they have natural beach. And today we are talking of blue economy, we are talking of tourism. And I think a lot, these roads, if roads go with vessels, I'll find more than 100 vessels of different nationality taking our fishes away. Indian vessels, vessels from China, Russia, different countries, Greece. I don't know who collects the revenue from these vessels, but they are there every day. They don't even have anchorage within our territory. So they are just taking our fish away, no anchorage. And now there is this sand, this rear head. You go now, people are mining rear head at Elemifoko, at Abise, with vessels. And we don't know where these vessels come from, who authorized them to be mining these rear heads. So a lot of revenues that ought to accrue to the state are not accruing to the state. And I think that we should look at these things very well, because it will multiply the revenue accruing to Rivers State. Once these roads are done, for me, if you take a road to Buguma, a road to Abonima, people will drive to Abonima and Buguma. For over 20 years, people have been driving to Buguma and Abonima for over 20 years. But it has not brought any economic benefit. It has not changed anything. It has not had any economic effect on the people. When government invests, there should be a return on investment. Government should invest to get a return on.
I don't think that is why Wike was there. Sure you get. But let's give that to Asari though. That's some very useful information about some foreign vessels and their collaborators mining rare earth minerals in his own axis. Unfortunately though, Asari Dokudom, who is now a king in his own kingdom, has so much power. According to him, he's got his own army that could easily just end all of this or even bring it to light. But again, that's not why Wike was there. But he was there to see his supposed old foe in trying to rally around everyone against what is still coming. Wike said he will pick the next governor of Rivers State. And there is nobody that can change that. Because they have concluded on what to do. And there is nobody that will change it. As much as they have pledged their supposed allegiance to Tinubu's second term, when it comes to Rivers State, everybody should stay away. I think that's practically his message to every local government sort of like reception they've organized for him, right? He's still continuing the tour, by the way. Here is one from those tour.
No be whoa, whoa, whoa. I guess so we get our leader. No be whoa, whoa, whoa. Tinubu for president. Today, we are here in Akukuto local government to say thank you. Since 2014, when I indicated interest to run for governorship of Rivers State, hey, has never disappointed me.
In life, you don't expect everybody to appreciate what you've done for them. For me and my team, we don't take your support for granted. We must come and appreciate you and thank you. Particularly in 2023, like our leader said, when it was difficult, nobody knew what would happen. But you all stood firm and we voted for Aswaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And it would be unfair on our part to come back to you without first of all telling you thank you for the one you have done before. You can see, because this is the only state where you can see the kind of rainbow coalition where the two parties are working together to make sure we return the president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This rainbow coalition is not available in any state other than Rivers State. That's why you see all of us, we are no longer talking about party. We are talking about the New Hope family. And I can assure you, all of us who are original members of this New Hope family, after returning Aswaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we will return everybody we say that will run election.
Yes, so we can tell me something. Yes, so we can tell me something. Oh, if you dey follow Tinubu, no follow corner. Yes, so we can tell me something.
Just like what our brother and friend Ronald Sagibo said. He said, all the generals, all those who know how to do it, they are all here. I'm aware. I thank our elder for putting everybody together. That shows strong leadership. When you are doing well, don't expect that everybody will like you. Doing well attracts enmity. Doing well attracts envy. It's only those who appreciate good things will want to learn and say, how are they doing it? Those who are not appreciative will find one thing or the other to discredit you. But I tell you to remain firm, we're on the right track. As per Rivers State, let me make it clear. Let me make it clear. What's important in life is that you made a mistake and you come out, hold on, and you come out and tell people I made a mistake. And therefore, I want to correct the mistakes we made. So what I'm saying, the mistake we made in 2023 will not be repeated. So take it to the bank. So listen to what our elder, the chairman of Elders Council, will say. Listen to what Major Jack will say. Listen to what Roland will say. Listen to what the Chamber of Council Fubara will say. Listen to what Isobo Jack will say. Listen to what Lolo will say.
They made a mistake in 2023. When it comes to the mistake of choosing made choices in 2023, choosing a Tifnumbu wasn't a mistake. It's been rewarded accordingly. So choosing Fubara was a complete mistake that he won't want to repeat. But Nigerians are looking at Tifnubu as another mistake they made in 2023. They didn't make it, but yeah, you know, he had to force himself on you, right? I mean, and then you accepted, so to say. So Wike would not make the same mistake again. One of the mistakes, or one of the regret, according to him, was that when he was leaving, he employed 10,000 youth into the River State Civil Service, so to say, only for Fubara to throw them out. And it was supposed to be a continuity. The project he started, instead of Fubara to complete them, you know, he actually listed other reasons, okay? This one was from today. Wike.
Today, I hear people are making noise. They even forgot who laid the foundation. On Datti Road, I gave it to Setraco. I have paid about 70%. I remember that day, they gave me 100 plus of land. I said, take, I don't need land there. I said, take. What is continuity? I employed the River State youths, 10,000. The person we handed over power to, instead of allowing the 10,000 youth to cancel that job. 10,000 youth. A bad child is a bad child. That's how you know how human beings are. I handed over. See where I stop. Please make sure you continue with this program that will make our state to be one of the respected states in this country. When I was here, you know, Nigeria used to respect us. But I don't know what it is today. You will tell. I didn't make mistake. We never made mistake. I will not make mistake and continue to support Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I challenge those who are governor in this state under Obasanjo. I challenge those who are governor in this state under Jonathan and became minister under Buhari. Let them come out and read out what we achieved during that period. And read out what we have achieved now as a minister. It is unprecedented in the history of this country. Who did it? Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
No be cho cho cho, we so we get our leader. No be cho cho, Tinubu for president.
So, for me, what's important is give account of when you were so placed. What impact did you make for your people? People are talking, people forgot when I was governor. The federal government then, under our late president, Buhari, it was hell for me. The minister who for a year made sure we don't move forward. But by the grace of God, we were focused. By the grace of God, we made more impact. So now people now use excuses. I had a good relationship with the legislature. Governance is not all about awarding contracts. Governance is also about you having the ability to meander when there are problems. How you can relate with people. Anybody here can award contracts. But the capacity for you to settle issues, to meander around problems.
Nuisance, Lele.
It's just going to keep going and going and going and staying up to these jargons. So Fubara said he's just a liar. That most of the supposed contracts he awarded, he never paid them. That if Fubara had to start paying them and start paying them so that at least they could finish some of the jobs or something. Now this is Fubara, the back and forth, yeah?
Most of the projects that are being commissioned, they are coming for their balance payment, and it's running in millions and billions. I've said I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk because I am part of that system. But when you keep pushing me to talk, I will say it so that they will see the nyash of the fowl.
Nuisance, Lele. Nuisance, Lele.
One has been entertaining his own supporters. You are the governor. Release all the documents. Release this, release them through the third party. You don't even have to release them yourself. About this Wike, but the problem is that Fubara and Wike, they are like intertwined. Okay, EFCC had to declare Fubara wanted. That because of over 420 billion naira River State money stolen by Wike and helped by Fubara. You get what I mean now? So Fubara's wanted kind of banner is still there. They probably will pull it out. So they put that out again once he is no longer governor, so to say. So release all this stuff. But no, it won't. All right. So to Wike, Fubara is a bad child, and therefore nobody should defend him. But how Wike is going to navigate this whole thing? It is still to be understood. That is why he's currently screaming rainbow coalition, rainbow coalition. There is no political party in River State. But guess what? What's he going to do? Like what they did in their local government elections, right? The one conducted by IBAS, the sole administrator. Yeah, where they wrote the names and they shared it in a way that APC actually won more local government areas than PDP. And they were all like the same. So is he planning to do the same now that APC, Egbekegbe, okay, they are now, the House of Assembly members, they are now in APC. Not all of them, though, but yeah, substantive part of them, right? A substantial part of them, okay? So they are in APC. The governor is in APC. National Assembly members have already crossed to APC. It is only Wike that remained in PDP. All of his full soldier, everybody have now declared for APC. But Wike is not in APC. How is he going to then decide what happened in APC? Yeah, by screaming rainbow coalition, something they would just say that they will write the names of everybody. You will write your name under PDP. You will write your name under APC. So now there is no opposition to everybody, okay? If you are running under APC, me, I'll be running. If you're running under APC in this local government or for this particular seat here, I can go and run under PDP if they write my name under PDP in another constituency. So there will be no election in River State. It's just going to be like, oh, we have all agreed. There's no competition. PDP, APC will settled. So I announce the names. Nigeria. Chaise. They said his son, they've already put a poster together for his son. And that one is under APC. So which means if his son is also going to go to APC, and Wike is not a member of APC. Look at the APC chairman sitting behind Wike's son. I think they call him Jordan or so. Look at. So in this, look at these settings, right? Wike's son will have his own special seat beside his father. The man sitting behind that young boy, wearing that hat, right, is the APC chairman, supposedly. The one next to him, I think that one is PDP chairman. So they have to sit behind the boy. And the boy is likely going to be, it's been rumored, to be going to the National Assembly. So if the boy is going to the National Assembly under APC, and Wike is going to decide all of that, and he's not a member of APC, How do you think the APC guys actually really sees that this man has something to say?
I think that if you put it in a proper perspective, the secretary of the party was just doing his job. I mean, the leadership of the party is put in place to protect the interest of the party. That's one of their, one of the things that they need to do in office. And he was, this national secretary did exactly that. Now, I have not listened to what my successor, because I was once the national vice chairman of the South-South, Mr. Victor Giadom, said about Governor Fubara. But if what I read on the pages of newspapers and what I saw on social media is to be relied upon, he called him a so-called governor.
He did.
And predetermined whether the man was going to be re-elected or not. I think it is not in his place to so do. And it was correct for the national secretary to first of all correct him and then put in its proper perspective the position of the party. And the position of the party is that Governor Fubara, having been elected by the peoples of Rivers State, deserves the respect of every party member in the country, every party member. And incidentally, a man that I love very much, because one of the things that I love about Governor Wike is that he gets his job done. I couldn't be bothered about his kind of politics, his nature of politics. I like the fact that he gets his job done. As governor of Rivers State, he got his job done. As the FCT minister, he got his job done. So he's a man that I have a lot of respect for. But whether I have that kind of perception of him or not, he remains not a member of our party. He is not a member of our party, and so cannot dabble into the affairs of our party. So the national secretary was right in all material particular, like the lawyers would say, in defending the integrity and the party generally.
Right. So in that respect, you could say that Senator Bashiru represents the APC generality of members.
Well, as I speak, as you and I having this conversation, I have not read anywhere where the National Working Committee of the party or the NEC or any other organ of the party has condemned the utterances of the General Secretary.
Well, you were a former acting national chairman,
yes.
So you know the way the party works.
Yes, I know. I do know that if Mr. Secretary had gone out of his way, away from the thinking of the party, I'm very sure that by today the party would have called him to order. But I think that he represents the position of the leadership of the party, and every member of the party must fall in line.
In that regard, how much of an APC internal, maybe I shouldn't say war, but crisis is this? Because all of Mr. Wike's loyalists in Rivers State are now members of the APC, even though he himself is not. And those loyalists are all ranged against Senator Bashiru and his supporters in the APC.
Charles, I'm here to read about their reaction. But you must understand that whoever is friends and associates of Mr. Wike who are in the APC are members of the APC. And they are subject to the constitution of the APC. I am not in a position to say anything with regards to their reaction because I have not read any. I have not bothered to research into what is happening in Rivers State.
You don't worry. Everybody is going to get updated. Just like the video of Bajabia Mole when Wike delivered Rivers State to Tifnumbu. Something that was like so unexpected. For some reason, they weren't like believing that with the Wike will go all out like that. Anyway, but I once told Wike this too.
And let me very quickly start off my remarks by thanking the governor, my friend and brother, for a confession that has been known to all forever, that you plotted against me. It is the irony of life, and indeed very interesting, the twist of fate, that those who you sat with to plot against me are the same people that sat together at your primaries to plot against you. So plotting is not necessarily a new thing in politics. But what is constant is that in politics, there are no permanent enemies, there are no permanent friends, but what you have is permanent interests. And by God's grace, this one that you have started, this journey that you have started that you and I both know shall be permanent. I didn't hear you say permanent, the governor. It shall be permanent. Please choke them. I say choke. I say choke. I'm trying to speak like you. I was in the United States about a week ago when His Excellency called me just to follow up on our previous conversations about coming to do this commission. Because of who he is and what he is to me, it did not take me I did not have to think hard to cut my...
I say choke them. Choke them. You know, this was after they have betrayed with a wicked, by the way, and they've delivered Kolu, and they were just waiting for Kolu's swearing in, and with the wicked's end of tenure as well. And it's been rewarded, so to say, it's like greatly rewarded, if you must admit, if we must admit. So the only thing now is that, is it kind of like overplaying his hands, truly? Only time will tell. That's the only thing that is different. The only difference between the here and there, from what I've been told, is the T. And the T right in between stands for time. Only time will reveal everything. It's a matter of time. Right? So, Baja and others are probably right now in a dilemma. How are they likely going to handle Wike and this Fubara? Would they just have to because Wike right now is showing that he controls the grassroots. Oh, they love him. You know what? Fubara is nowhere. Look at everybody. They agree with me. We have no place for Fubara anymore. I'm going to choose the next governor of the state, and this time I'm going to choose right. Everybody, I'm so sorry that I made mistake of choosing the last time. So this time I'm going to choose right. The blah, the blah. But Fubara does have his own supporters too. So, right? They were as young as you can see here.
And let me
No SIM card, no network. Na Fubara. No SIM card, no network. Na Fubara. No SIM card, no network. Na Fubara. Na 001 no. Na Fubara. Oya do we get on landlord. Na Fubara. Abuja Datti talk say. Na Fubara. Oya do we get on say. Na Fubara. No SIM card, no network. Na Fubara. No SIM card, no network. Na Fubara. Na 001 no. Na Fubara. 001 no. Na Fubara. Na 001 no. Na Fubara. Na 001 no. Na Fubara. Na 001 no. Na Fubara. Oya so we get taxi. Na Fubara. Oya so we get taxi. Na Fubara.
Yeah. There are other too, like the gyrates or the, what do you call them again? Is that the gyrates or, I don't know if they are cultists or something, but they also are the songs too.
You know be God though. I don't like for you. Weekend and lager. Weekend oh, na minister you be oh, na Fubara be governor.
Wike o, na minister you be o, Fubara be governor. Give that to them in River State, right? When it comes to them composing all these funny sort of like songs, right? Now let's leave Rivers, okay? And this time, let us go to Lagos, okay? Yeah, Lagos. And you know, you can't go to Lagos without drama, right? Right, here is one.
Kí ni kò tí mo ṣe? Kí ni kò tí mo ṣe? Mo tọ́ ní tó ṣe. Kí ni tọ́ ní tí mo ṣe? Kí ni kò tí mo ṣe? Ọlọ́pàá fún ẹ. Kí ni fi ilé ẹjọ́? Kí ni mo ṣe fún ẹ? Fi kí ni ẹjọ́? Okay, stop it. What is what's wrong with you? You harassment already. Let me call this man. Call anybody you want to call. What's wrong with this man? Bàbá yà máa ṣe fídíò wa la. Fún mi kí ni? Wọ́n máa ṣe fídíò. Wọ́n máa ṣe fídíò. Wọ́n sáré lẹ́gàtọ̀ ni. Fún mi kí ni? The legaton, anybody? You go look the legaton, Siba. Oh, hey, what's up? You go look the legaton, Please, I'm really sorry. Sorry for the whole this thing. I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault. Don't worry, you'll be fine. There are times like this.
You can go inside now. I'll send it. If you can go inside, no problem.
No, let me try. 9060. Yeah, same thinking.
Eh? Why?
I don't want to feel like your days.
That's between the Uber driver and the and the LASMA guys in Lagos. Now, if you think the drama on the roads are probably like enough, no. Not until when you have to have some neighbors who believes that they have to pray to, I don't know how to describe it, okay? But most of the time, right, like everyone in that, especially in Lagos, okay, where you have to struggle through the traffic, all this mess of the entire day, and then you are just praying to get back home and maybe have lights so that you can sleep. But then there is no light, only for you to start hearing your neighbor the top of their voice calling on something, or maybe praying. So for that made mess of your night. Watch this.
Your daughter is here again. Come and do your miracle again. The God of Prophet TV Joshua, the God of senior Prophet TV Joshua, the God of Politico. Many of our people they have strength. Why many? If you understand the times, nobody can battle with my father. Who can battle with my God? Who can battle with Jesus? Who can battle with Allah? I I say no power. I say nobody. I say no juju. I say no kingdom. I say no power. Then you just know. I say nobody. I say nobody. I say no power. I say no juju. I say nobody. I say nobody. I say no kingdom. I say no power. I say no juju. I say nobody. I say nobody. I say no demon. I say no demon. I say no demon. I say nobody. I say no power. I say no kingdom. I say nobody. I say nobody. I say nobody. I say nobody. Our God is good. Nobody can battle with our Lord. Nobody can challenge the King of the universe and Son, the Almighty God. Amen. No power. No power.
At the same
So,
I will see the face
Jesus,
every
you have
day.
everything. You have everything.
At the same
Move on. Stand on your ground.
I will see the face
To be
every
late.
day.
Move around. God is everything. No brother, no kingdom will come.
If you leave her now, insult. She will use the ring. Because this one, devil, this one, all your neighbors. Now Satan.
Make sure you hold your God very
You don't see
well.
Abi?
Father, thank you for today.
Now waiting ye
Thank you,
out.
Jesus.
I wait with the face.
You are the Lord that
I beg you, very dark man.
You are the Lord that
If you see this video, I beg. This demon no they let us sleep. Oh. You know the noise is too much. I go see video and that one send though. I beg, I just want me just take time, just observe.
No father, no kingdom, no Charade will stop this daughter of grace. I am a daughter of grace. You can't stop me not to worship God, though. Your mates, your people, they are nowhere to be found. Your marriage will be strong, your family is strong. In the mighty name of Jesus, we pray this prayer point here every day. If you are a young girl in this street, in this our street, you will start from our street. So that other people
Every time they call her husband though.
If you're a young girl,
Every time they call her.
I don't know how to describe it too. But we'll go gather together, tie the woman, send her to any psychiatric hospital or anywhere that you can send her to. Trust me. I won't sit down there and be making video every now and then. I'm a target any. My deal what the lesser. You know what I mean? Anyway, it seems like everybody would have to kind of like find a way under the blowing madness in the contraption. Ordinarily in a kind of like a same place. All you have to do is to call the police. When you call the police will come in and they will, they will kind of like a reprimander, something like that. Okay, they're gonna tell her to stop. If you call them devil and the rest of that, they will arrest her. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, they eventually, if she's not stopping, they may even like fine her for disturbance or something like that. That they will ensure that, and if she's not going to stop as well, they may eventually find out that she's a lunatic living with, But yeah, I was an innocent the level. Yeah. Trust me, I don't know how many of you who can relate. The moment the community feels like no, that person is not normal anymore, and they are not sleeping at night, we'll go gather tire. Maybe now husband of anybody, they will shall find somewhere to carry out to, but it's Nigeria. And here is World Trade Center in Abuja, another madness that has become probably the norm. Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. World Trade Center. Is that what it's called?
The whole World Trade Center. See, cars are moving around. Wike, you have to do something about this. What is happening? World Trade Center and cows are moving around. This is a shame. This is a shame to Nigeria.
Sorry, Wike is not around. He is in Rivers right now. The former minister of Injustice, Abubakar Malamu, who has been in detention of the EFCC for the past, I think, a month. Almost a month now. He's been there even before Christmas, and he spent his new year there. So he appeared in court today for his corruption trial. Himself, his wife, his son, They are charging them for stealing 8.7 or so billion naira. But that is just a preamble. So the court has now ordered a temporary forfeiture of 54, is it 54, 57 houses? 54 houses, 54 properties rather, confiscated right now from Abubakar Malamu. I'll give you the name of the properties and where they are, possibly the worth as well, running into hundreds of billions of naira. But here was Malamu in court, and the same Malamu is currently running to become the governor of Kebbi State in 2027 under the coalition ADC. Arakota and Sonia.
Yeah, well done. Thank you. Thank Space, please. Space. Come that way. Let's go. Oh yeah, now. Thank you.
Good morning.
Like Yeye Bello, should be granted him bail too. Yeye Bello is going to be a senator in 2027 if he manages to maneuver Natasha in Kogi. That's the guy that stole over 100 billion naira. 57 properties have now been ordered to be forfeited by Malamu to EFCC. 57 properties. I'm going to list all of them. Yeah, I'm going to list them. Now take a look at this screen. These properties are now listed as part of a court, sort of like, documents. A luxury duplex at Amazon Street, plot number 3011, within cadastral zone A06, Maitama. So it is valued at 5.9 billion naira, 5,950 million naira. So that is a nearly 6 billion naira. Malamu owns a two-winged large story building situated at number 3, Onitsha Crescent, Area 2, Garki, Cadastral Zone A03, Abuja. Is a formerly Ammonia Hotels Limited in FCT. It is valued, he purchased it in December 2018. That's like 2 years after he became a minister. So Malamu bought it for 7 billion naira, an hotel. So another property, plot 683, Jabi District, cadastral zone at the same area, block 04, comprising of a 5-story building, now luxurious Mithak Hotels Limited, Jabi, with 53 rooms and suites. So he bought that in September 2020, right? At what they call the carcass level, which means it wasn't completed when he bought it. He bought it for 850 million naira at the time, right? With additional 300 million naira before taking the possession of the property. So the value after completion is 8.4 billion naira. That's how much the property is worth now. Another one is the property which is at 3130 within the same cadastral zone 804 Asokoro District, FCT Abuja, comprising terraces purchased in January 2021 for 360 million naira. Malamu. There's another property at number 3, Rhine Street, Maitama, Abuja. Is Midfax Hostel Limited, Maitama, with 15 rooms and extension, which was also purchased in February 2018 for 430 million naira. Its current valuation is 12.9 billion naira, by the way. Then another one is plot number 1241B, Asokoro District Zone, number 11A, Yakubu Gowon Crescent, Asokoro District. He bought that in July 2021 at the price of 325 million naira. Then another one, they say shop number C82, Cityscape, Sharif Plaza, number 739, Cadastral Zone, the same Asokoro, okay, Aminu Kano Crescent, Wuse 2 in Abuja, right? He also bought a shop there for the value of 120 million naira. Another one is number 4, Amadu Bello Way, Nasarawa GRA in Kano, which was also purchased in December 2022 at 300 million naira. It's got another one called plot 157, Lamido Crescent, Nasarawa GRA, Kano. He bought that in July 2019, valued at 350 million naira as well. Then another plaza, a plaza, commercial toilet, laundry, warehouse, tanks adjacent to Brinekebi Market at 100 million naira. 100 acres of land along Brinekebi Jega Road, valued at, in 2020, he bought that in 2020 at the rate of 100 million naira. Abubakar Malamu, I wish I could put this image on the screen so that you can understand. You can be looking at his, his face while I read that. You get what I mean? Sorry, give me a sec. So, just a sec, guys. The criminals who are supposed to be in jail. I am talking about not just jail. I'm talking about real life in jail, sort of, right? So here is Abubakar Malamu, the criminal, who also happened to be the former Minister of Injustice in Nigeria. So let's get another one. Number 15 of the properties is number 27, FAB Estates Avenue, 5th Avenue, 59th Crescent, Gwarimpa, Abuja. He bought that in January 2016, just a few months after becoming a minister. 120 million naira. Number 16, 4-bedroom, 2 rooms, boys' quarters at number 10B, Doka Crescent, Abakpa GRA, Kaduna. He bought that in January 2018 for 40 million naira. Plot number 13, I-Pent 7 Estates, Karsana District, Abuja. He bought that, is a land, okay, 85 million naira in June 2018. A bedroom duplex and boys' quarters at number 12, Yalinga Street, off Adetokunbo Ademola Crescent, Wuse 2, Abuja. He bought that in October 2018 for 150 million naira. A 2 warehouse shops, B40 and B46, Wuse Market, Abuja, for his wives, purchased in July 2020 at 50 million naira each. Twins houses at Zone E, Apple Legislative Quarters, Cadastral Zone B, Block 01, Plot 14014, Gudu District, Abuja, was purchased between February and May 2017 at 250 million naira. Now his wife, properties acquired by Kadimiya for Justice and Development Initiatives at Academic Garden City, Brinekebi, sold by the Federal Housing Authority mortgage, namely 21, 22, 23, okay, 9 units of 3-bedroom bungalow, 3 units of 2-bedroom bungalow, and 5.4 hectares of land, which were purchased between February 2023 and September 2023 at 187 million naira, among other assets listed. His wife, then he also, the stolen money was also used in setting up university. Ryan University, Kebbi State. So Ryan University permanent site, he got that for 56 billion naira, not million, no, 56 billion naira. Then the site for the same Ryan University temporary site, he got that for 37.8 billion naira. Ryan University third site, he got that for 2.45 billion naira. Ryan University Vice Chancellor's house, he got that or built that for 490 million naira. Then you have the Ryan Agro Allied Factory in Kebbi State. The stolen money, he used that to set up factories and what have you in his state. So factory buildings that they have confiscated from him is worth 4.2 billion naira. Factory machines and plant units, over 10.5 billion naira worth. Factory mosque, he built a mosque there for them, worth 2.4 billion naira. Ryan Mill staff quarters, 1.487 billion naira. Ryan Boston building, 3.15 billion naira. Then he went on to a place called Asbir Arena. It's like a game center or something, right? So Asbir Arena in Kelby, it's got a place called Asbir Hotel, 10.3 billion naira. That is the worth of that one. A printing press in Kelby, 1.050 billion naira. He also built a gallery worth 581 million naira. Then a garden where children plays. He built that as well for 392 million naira. Another mosque from this stolen money was built with for 252 million naira. Then he's got a boutique called Asbir Clothing, his wife. So 350 million naira, that is what that is worth. Asbir Pharmacy and Supermarket for his wife, 175 million naira. Anyway, all of this in Kebbi. So another property or other properties held in Kebbi State includes Alafia Energy Tanker Garage, opposite Rayan University Health Center, along Sonny Abacha Bypass Road, bringing Kebbi for 2.450 billion naira. Then he's got another one called the Ryan Model Academy, which is worth 11.2 billion naira. He's got a Ryan Primary and Secondary School, which is worth 8.7 billion naira. Then he's got another one called Ryan Security House off Sonny Abacha Bypass in Brinikebi, is valued at 245.7 million naira. Then he's got Ryan Radio along Sonny Abacha Bypass Road in the same Brinikebi, valued at 78.7 million naira. Then another uncompleted two-story complex, Plaza, located opposite Central Motor Park, Eastern Park, Brinikebi, it is valued at 665 million naira. Then it's got something called Amasdol Oil and Gas Limited, filling station structure along Sonny Abacha Bypass Road, Brinikebi, near Jambali Automobile Workshop, Brinikebi, it is valued at 1.050 billion naira. Then he has something called the Malami Support Organization Building, valued at 210 million naira. Then another one called ADC, Kadi Malami Foundation Building, valued at 56 million naira. Abubakar Malami Sands House GRA is valued at 350 million naira. Abubakar Malami Sands House behind Mobile, valued at 490 million naira. Abdulaziz Malami First Sons House at Gese Phase 2 in Brinikebi is valued at 1.7 billion naira. Abiru Rahman Abubakar Malami Second Sons House at Gese Phase 2 in Brinikebi is valued at 2.989 billion naira. Another properties in Kano. Assets of Zino Hotel at Kabuga, Satellite Town, off Gwarzo Road, Kano, with 131 rooms, is valued at 11.2 billion naira. Then you have Zino Mosque at Kabuga, Satellite Town, off Gwarzo Road, Kano, valued at 84 million naira. Zeno Old Hotel Building is also there, valued in Kano, valued at 280 million naira. And the second, but not the least, right, is Rayan Hotel, Kano, located at plot 2728, opposite Aminu Kano Teaching Hospital, Southern Kano, land and luxurious building of more than 50 rooms with appurtenances, is valued at 2.3 billion naira. Finally, Ryan Gym, Kano House, comprising of a story building opposite Ryan Hotel, is valued at 1.225 billion naira. Nigeria is not a poor country, but when you have list of men like this, who are milking the system. One person looting nearly 500 billion naira from the country. And this is just what they have discovered. What about those they have not discovered? Then you realize that the problem of Nigeria is actually not money. Your problem is your inability to go after those whose life goal is to destroy you, destroy your future. Maybe until when you understand what that means, John, they can continue to have field day. One person looted all of that. Think about thousands of them others who are doing same in everywhere and they're getting away with it. You get what I mean? One person. Thank you so much for your time, brethren. Enjoy the rest of the evening, by the way, wherever you are joining us. It is Maiyegun live. And thank you so much for joining me, brethren. After reading the caption of the broadcast, you know what to do. Read the description of the broadcast as well. Then like the broadcast. Share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them to join us. Maiyegun is live. Simply because of some little changes in the studio. So I am going to also need a bit of your help tonight. You should tell me if this audio is perfect. That is one. Maybe the video, tell me about that too. And then I'm also going to leave the line open, meaning we are going to take calls just any moment from now. You can phone in anytime. And if I see your call, of course, I am going to pick it. So if everything looks fine and sounds great, then we can get started. Tonight is still going to be what is cooking in Rivers State. I bet a lot of you have already been following it anyway, right? But here in the Temple of Truth, Maiyegun's diary Politico, the diary is where we have been keeping all the political happenings in Nigeria for years now. And in fact, there are some of these political players, actors that we have been tracking. And one of them is Wike and his own, power drunk, kind of like a character. There are those who are looking for how this is going to end for Wike. But there are others who believe that, it's still going to end well for him because of the person he is currently partnering, which is Tifnumbu. So in the past 2 weeks or thereabout, Wike has been touring the local government areas in Rivers State, where he was the former governor, by the way. So, and he's been making speeches. Some of them have been very much controversial. Majority of them is just to remind the people of Rivers State and whoever cares to listen that Fubara would not be given a second term. He betrayed a lot of them, and if for any reason Fubara should Fubara should win a second term, this will be the end, political end of Wike and his co-travelers' career. So from what I heard, by the way, it is said that last night Fubara left Nigeria. I don't know how true this is, so I heard. Here you get unconfirmed that Fubara left Nigeria for France to go and see Tifnumbu because it seems like things are moving faster than they could imagine. So the status of assembly, who made allegation that since they came to power, Fubara has never really recognized them. He's been treating them as if to say they were not part and parcel of the state government, the status of assembly. So now they are moving to the next phase of removing him as governor. So today, Martin Amawule, the speaker, welcomed the supposed House leader, which is the House of Assembly leader, who then read the allegations against Fubara. The allegations include misappropriation of money. They call it gross misconduct. Okay, misappropriation of money, appointment of people into government without following the constitutional requirements, and all of that stuff. So now they want him out. But there are steps, there are procedures, by the way, before that will take place. but it's not like they are moving faster than their shadow. Let us start and kind of like begin to dig into it. So according to them, if I let me put out, according to them, they sent a letter to Fubara. They are making 8 allegations against him and his deputy, Ngozi. So they said 1, reckless and unconstitutional expenditure of public funds, unconstitutional misappropriation of public funds, hindering the Rivers State House of Assembly from performing its constitutional duty. Number 4, illegal appointment of persons without allowing for screening by the House of Assembly as provided by the Constitution. 5, seizure of salaries and funds meant for Assembly members. 6, seizure of salaries of the Clerk of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Emeka Amadi. 6, seizure of salaries of the Clerk of the Rivers State House of Assembly. Okay, yeah, got that. That 7, refusal to implement provisions of the Constitution on financial autonomy of the legislature and the judiciary. 8, withholding of funds meant for the running of the Rivers State House of Assembly Service Commission and hindering its activities. So right now, their allegations have been made. The movement for impeachment and proceeding have started. Now they need the Chief Justice of the state to now constitute a 7-man or 5-man or 3-man panel. And we then look into all these allegations, and Fubara will be given a chance if they walk that way. But we are going to get to that part. First, what went down in their State House of Assembly today, which is already making the news this afternoon. Here is the leader reading what I just read now.
Just the gross misconduct and leave the particulars. Do the gross misconduct, leave the particulars for want of time, and then summarize, please. Okay, gross misconduct. 4.
4. Appointment of persons to occupy offices and positions in the Rivers State government without allowing for requirements of screening and confirmation as prescribed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. Other extant laws, but making the request for screening to persons other than the legitimate Rivers State House of Assembly.
Go to the next gross misconduct, please. Five.
Gross misconduct 5. Seizure of salaries, allowances, as well as funds standing to the credit of the legitimate Rivers State House of Assembly, contrary to Section 1213 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, and other extant laws.
Go to 6, please.
Gross misconduct 6. Seizure of salary of the Clerk of Rivers State House of Assembly, Mr. Emeka Amadi.
Seven.
Gross misconduct 7. Refusal to implement provisions of the Constitution on financial autonomy of the Rivers State House of Assembly and the Rivers State Judiciary. 8. Withholding of funds meant for the running of Rivers State House of Assembly Service Commission and for stating a commission set up by Part 2AA of the 1999 Constitution as amended.
Conclusion.
Attack and contempt for the rule of law by the governor of Rivers State or any person. What the 8th respondent has done is to destroy the government because of fear of being impeached. Mr. Speaker, this document is signed by the underlisted members of Rivers State House of Assembly, dated the 5th day of January 2026. Mr. Speaker, by your leave, may I read their names?
Just hurry up, please.
1. Right Honorable Dumle Mao, Bukana constituency. Honorable Major Jack Akutor constituency 1. Honorable Linda Stewart, Okreka constituency. Honorable Franklin Waboti, Oba Igbema Ndoni constituency. Honorable Honorable Justina Imeji, Emoa constituency. Honorable Ignatius Owuka, Eche constituency 1. Honorable Kimeze Nwankwo, Eche constituency 2. Honorable Lemchi Prince Nyechi, Ikwele constituency. Honorable Barele Wako, Kana constituency 1. Honorable Emilia Lucky Amadi, Obiakwo constituency 2. Honorable Nkemjika Ezekwem, Oba Ngbema Ndoni constituency 2. Honorable Davis Arnold Ogubolo constituency. Honorable Sivalos Wakwo, Omuma constituency. Charade Afoji. Honorable Oyibo constituency. Honorable Afoji Gwe Eleme constituency. Mr. Speaker, by your leave, may I lay this at the table.
Please, this one. Distinguished colleagues, the majority leader, one house please, order. The majority leader has just laid before the house the notice of allegations of gross misconduct brought pursuant to section 188 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended 1999, and this particular letter was signed by 26 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly, which the majority leader has read their names. Distinguished colleagues, I am now in receipt of this letter, and pursuant to the sections of the 1999 Constitution as amended, this is similar to Fubara GSSRS, Governor of Rivers State, within 7 days. Distinguished colleagues, I will do that. Rest assured, I will not renege. I will do my job in line with the Constitution. Thank you. What order?
May I read the order?
Proceed.
So yeah, Fubara is accused of all of that. And there's something about this their River State where, you know, we should wash the House of Assembly. So the last time when they said they were decamping, it was reported that 15 of them plus the speaker decamped to APC. The rest of them stayed in PDP. Now you have no idea, maybe those ones have now gone to join them in APC, right? So the governor is also in APC as well. So we already have those who are kind of like, who have rejected that move, but we're going to get to that part too. Martin Amawule is the speaker who has not really been able to, or should I say the entire State House of Assembly, they've not really been able to act as a State House of Assembly because Fubara won't deal with them. And most of what they accuse him of are actual impeachable offenses, if you must, kind of like, if you read into it. So here is a Martin Amawule explaining to everyone why this their impeachment move, or the removal of a Fubara, is a process that it would ensure that they see to its conclusion, to its fruition. Because Fubara is a complete mistake. Yeah, Fubara is acting like he's a victim. But Fubara is not a victim in all of this. But yeah, majority of you may feel like they are working for Wike, they are on the side of the Wike ball. Since they became House of Assembly members, they've been denied all of their rights, their pay, their this, their that, and all for what? Because they decided to side with their godfather, kind of. Just paraphrasing what Amawule had to say and why this is so important that they remove Fubara.
I must say, going by what members have also commented, is actually a motion that is good and is in the best interests of Rivers State. 26 members of Rivers House of Assembly have brought allegations against the governor and the deputy governor. It is important that the process be allowed to go through in line with the provisions of the Constitution. And
The particulars of gross misconduct have a lot to do with presentation of budget, refusal to present budget, spending outside the appropriation law. Distinguished colleagues, one thing very interesting is what members also indicated in that notice, but we're not here discussing the notice, but we're only making reference to it, which is that there is a notice and the process of impeachment is on as we speak. Having received the notice, my job is to forward it, and it's important that we allow this process go through. What this motion is saying is, in the event that the governor tries, as he has always tried to do, to be smart by half, to now say he wants to bring the appropriation bill or to present the medium-term expenditure framework, the movers of this motion are saying, let him hold on now. Let the process for the investigation of the allegations brought against him and the deputy governor be concluded. Distinguished colleagues, is that not what you are saying? So it makes sense too that we allow that process to go through before we start talking about any MTF or even the 2026 appropriation bill. In any case, the governor does not even want to present any budget, because if he wanted to, he would have brought it all this while. Similar Fubara is a mistake. He is a mistake. Rivers State has never had it this bad. In the entire Nigeria, similar Fubara and Professor Ngozi Odu, these are the only two people in the office at the sub-national level that are yet to present 2026 appropriation bill. The entire country. I'm sure if you go to the entire West African sub-region or even Africa, you will not find any subnational government that has not presented an appropriation bill for 2026. Who would believe that in this 21st century, that a state like Rivers State will not have an appropriation bill either presented or passed? Nothing is holding the governor for presenting it. He chose not to. And the governor has been boasting that he will always go and meet the president, for the president to call us and give us instruction. He has been boasting, he has been saying it to his followers, that this assembly, we are nothing but toothless bulldog. That this 10th Rivers House assembly, we cannot do anything, we cannot enforce the constitution. This is a sad commentary for our democracy. Sir Simla Fubara and Professor Odu, they are nothing but a threat to our nascent democracy. If they are allowed to remain in office, I don't know what will become of our democracy. And they are moving about from place to place, spending taxpayers' money without approval. Part of what led to other efforts to impeach them, first impeachment effort, second impeachment effort, has to do with refusal to present budget. Mr. President has called several meetings which we attended. Our leader, His Excellency Wike, has called several meetings. I have attended meetings with the governor, and we have called on him, present the budget, something that is in line with the constitution. He says he will not. He's above the constitution. Nothing will happen to him. If he does not present it, he will meet the president, he will meet the National Assembly, they will tell us to leave him alone. And he has been boasting about this. Now I ask members, is it the right way to go to allow a governor not to obey the constitution, to continue to spend without approval? Even when we had an approval in 2023 for the governor to spend, the governor left the constitution, left the appropriation law of 2023 and started awarding contracts outside the budget. Particulars of his award letters, they are there attached. The governor spends, people coming from outside Rivers State, he will change our naira to dollars and give to them and tell them to go and wait for. I must say, going by what members have.
If you listen to him, it is like so one-sided. But he's not completely wrong, oh. I know. He's not completely wrong. What happened is that when they had their wahala last year and they got the state of emergency declared, okay, Tifnumbu said it was the National Assembly that would then sort of like oversee the budgetary debate of the state. So they would want to discuss their budget and pass it. We did that space, right? So it simply means once the status of assembly, which is this guy, you know, is part of the fight that Fubara won't present the budget to them. He presented the budget to another faction where there are just about 4 or 5 of them, right? Remember? And that went on and on and on until they said, go and present the budget back to them. That was Steve Nungu. And then he went on to represent the budget back to them, only for the Wala chart to get escalated enough that Steve Nungu declared a state of emergency. Because they, rather than discuss the budgets, they started planning to impeach him. Because to them, he is more evil, he is more this, he is more that. He has been suffering them like they have been, you know. So you have to feel sorry for them. They want you to. Now, if you ask a Fubara himself and say, Fubara, what happened? Fubara will tell you that he is waiting for their leader with a Wike to call a meeting, you know, so that he would then pick a date for when he should come and present the budget. That's what he said the last time, though. Right? But these ones are not interested in actually having him anymore. In fact, with the new development where Fubara is sort of like paying it to their faces, including with Emike's face, that he's not going to need them. Okay? Now that he is in APC with Tinubu, so it's just going to have his name popped up as the candidate of APC, and with the directive of Tinubu, they all have to go and queue behind him. So, to avoid all of that, or to further muddle the water, they are planning to remove him. Am I willing? Yeah. Tell me more.
Them and tell them to go and wait for assembly members and make sure they don't succeed to do anything to him. So, in other words, what the governor is doing with our funds of Rivers people, the poor Rivers men and women who are paying taxes, is to change our money to dollars and be given to visitors to Rivers State to stop us to subvert the constitution. For how long are we going to allow this to happen? Our schools are not furnished. Our schools are not functioning the way they should function. Rivers people are suffering. Our youth are not being employed. Our roads are bad. Our hospitals, health centers are not fully functional. A lot of them are having issues. Rather than follow due process, what the governor has decided to do is to save money, change it to dollars, to subvert the will of the Rivers people, to subvert the constitution. And he's boasting. Imagine the governor saying, the governor addressed the press rather and said, the only time that they should give him between now and the next 6 months before he will give account of, or statement of account of Rivers people. Other governors are saying how they are receiving money, how much they received, how much they have spent since he became governor. Since May 2020, since May 29th, 2023, Simla Fubara and Ngozi Madu were sworn in. They have never for once issued any statement of account of Rivers State. Not once. And the governor is boasting that they are going to call us and give us order not to follow the constitution. And people are going in the media, people that we respect, elders that we respect are supposed to call him to order. They are going to tell him that what he's doing is good, rather than caution the governor for his infractions on the constitution. They are clapping for him. Rather than calling on the governor, they are calling on our FCT minister, who is helping Mr. President in Abuja, and making it look like it's a problem between the FCT minister and the governor. It is not FCT minister and the governor. It is the governor and the constitution. The governor is a threat to our democracy. It is better we all resign and leave the governor and those he wants to use to defraud Rivers people. We cannot continue to allow this to happen. We sit here, elected people, and we cannot follow, we cannot enforce the constitution. Then why are we here? Why are we sitting here? Why were we elected? For how long are we going to allow this to happen? Distinguished colleagues, enough is enough. If they want us to forget the legislature, we leave the legislature. Let only the governor and the deputy governor spend as they like and eat our money and do as they like. Why were we elected? Why do we have the legislature? Why can't we be allowed to do our job? Distinguished colleagues, I thank you for your contributions. We will follow this impeachment process through. The Supreme Court has confirmed that the governor has committed offenses against the Constitution. Let the law take its course. The law has to take its course. Mr. President, we thank Mr. President. He's a father. Mr. President has done his best. Mr. President has spoken to the governor. In my presence, Mr. President told the governor, I'm giving you a second chance. The governor refused. He gave him another one. The governor refused. How many times will Mr. President call us? Distinguished colleagues, I thank you for your contributions.
Tell me, what are we producing and selling to other countries? Not even slippers. We eat the skin of our cows instead of turning them to beautiful bags and shoes. Eliminate that. It's a sign of poverty.
So while they wait for Kolu to come back, let me give you a bit of recap of how Martin Amawule, following the dictate of Wike, boxed himself as the speaker, supposedly, a speaker with a microphone. Here you get. So I'll tell you how he boxed himself. You see, after 6 months of a Fubara being governor, something happened. We don't know what happened. We just realized that these guys started talking about changing some laws in the state. Baba, normally, okay, they say if the State House of Assembly makes any law, they can veto the governor. But that is not even ideal, because it is still the executive that will then implement any law, passed by the State House of Assembly. So these guys, you know what they started doing? They now started amending the state's law, where the governor, okay, has constitutional power to do some certain things. For example, right, after the tenure, 3 years tenure of the local government chairman, usually the governor, right, would dissolve the local government administration. And as the normally, which is also unconstitutional, by the way, is that they will appoint a caretaker or conduct a different, another election. But usually they will appoint caretakers, just briefly. So the State House of Assembly, they removed the power of the governor to dissolve local government administration or something like that. They removed it. They removed his power on some other certain things that they now gave that power to themselves as of assembly. So Fubara would just be like a figurehead. And they wanted him to implement all of that changes they have made. All right? So that was the beginning of the whole thing. Then in the process and all of that, they stupidly, they camped to APC. Okay? When a PDP is not completely in disarray like this, then they quickly backtracked that. So in all of that, they have shown that they will do anything where the Wike tells them to do. Even in this impeachment thing, I don't think they know what they are doing. Because, yeah, the State House of Assembly, the speaker, by the way, then sent 2 letters to Fubara and his deputy. Okay, and if you see the two letters, it seemed that somebody who is probably not a good clerk of the house or something drafted the letter. The first one addressed to Fubara, they addressed him as Madam. The one addressed to his deputy, Ngozi Odu, they also addressed that one as Madam. So again, like I said, I don't think they know what they are doing, because I don't think they are the ones who are supposed to write the governor. So the moment they claimed that Fubara has committed constitutional infraction, so the next thing is to kickstart an impeachment would be for the speaker to mandate the Chief Justice of Rivers State to constitute whether 3-man panel, 5-man panel, or 7-man or 11-man, to constitute the impeachment panel. This panel will be presented with the 8 allegations, and it is this panel that will then write the governor that, you know, under the so constitution, blah, 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 they have been set up to investigate some gross misconduct that have been levied against him. So it is then that Fubara will call his own lawyer, and they will now, you know, go back to that panel, defend every step of allegations, right? So if they are satisfied, they will say, oh, he's got no case to answer. If they are not, the panel will then recommend that Fubara should be removed, that indeed he has violated the constitution, the blah, the blah, the blah, and he should be removed. This is the process of impeachment, and it can actually last for a total of 21 days, right? That's the shortest, isn't it? 21 days. So presently, it is the speaker that delivered the supposed impeachment proceeding of the State House of Assembly, right? And if you read the letter, okay, said that I received a copy of the notice of allegations of gross misconduct dated 5th January 2026 and brought against you by 26 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly, a number that represents over 2/3 of the membership of the Rivers State House of Assembly, pursuant to section 188, subsection 1 and 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, I hereby forward to you, Sasim Fubara, a copy of the said notice of allegations of gross misconduct received by me on the 8th day of January. A copy is attached. You are required to reply to the allegations made against you in the said notice of allegations of gross misconduct accordingly. In doing this, your attention is drawn to the provisions of the section 188 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended. Please be guided accordingly and do accept my warm regard. So the same thing we sent to Ngozi, Fubara's deputy. Please tell me, is this how they carry out impeachment now? I mean, I don't think so. So Fubara will still, they still need the Chief Justice of the state to actually legitimize the impeachment proceeding. Here you get, but it is Rivers State. And yeah, just like many others, where you are not currently hearing them scream or go to the gutters or to the street like this, right? It's because the godfathers and the godsons, the partners, are probably kind of like smiling to the banks. No altercations, right? So Fubara is said not to be in Nigeria, and if he's back in Nigeria, he's probably back today. He's rumored to have, flew to France yesterday in order to go and, rehearse with Tifnumbu on the new developments. And, with Wike has been like going everywhere already. He's been having a face-off with the National Secretary of APC already. And also he's been sending different fire shots and all that, right? To some of these other APC stalwarts talking at him, right? So we have those who, in Abuja today. They call them APC leaders. I don't know which of the leaders they are, right? They are demanding that Tinubu should sack Wike now before he brings down his government. You should discipline him, or APC will lose, or APC loses relevance. So those ones were in Abuja today. But Wike was still very much in Rivers, having the best time of his life, rejigging his political base. And indeed, he also said there was actually no real agreement with Tinubu when he decided to support Tinubu then, right? There was no written agreement or anything. It was like a gentleman agreement that work for me and you won't regret it, kind of. Then Fubara.
One thing I've always told people, we never had any written agreement with the president. The only agreement I can say is that he told us, go and support us. When you support us, you will not be in vain. All of us know that this Bodo Boni road has been a political road for long. Is it not correct? Every government comes, every government goes, we will do Bodo Boni road. But see how, without prompting, without putting pressure on him, as we are coming, I said to God be the glory, that in our time, we are riding on this road. Each time, when the Minister of Works will be briefing the Federal Executive Council about how far the Bondi Road has gone, I will not talk. I will keep quiet. I said, well, I don't want to know how far. All I know, let us ride on the road. And let me use this place to thank my friend, brother, the Minister of Works, David Umahi, for fulfilling and making sure Mr. President's dream has come to reality. Reality that we cannot drive to Port Harcourt. Let me tell you the simple truth. Before, each time we want to go to Bonny for campaign, we look at ourselves, say, my brother, how is the tide? Even when I'm in the helicopter, I will see the ocean as a God. Let me come back today. But you see, as we are coming here, I said, God, may you be glorified. Now tell me why anybody in Bonny will not support Mr. President. Is there any reason? Even if nothing again has been done, which is not going to be so, but at this road, not just it is a road, it's a road constructed by one of the giants of construction companies, Julius Berger. I thank God. It's a world class. I even thought that as we were coming, that's why we will stop. And then they said no car will come in. Stop knowing that you can drive directly. Funny people, God's time is the best. And God's time has come. And you will benefit and enjoy this Tinubu's government. Let nobody come and tell
with the Wike. Now he's talking about Bonny Bodo Road. All right, the road is not constructed by Tinubu, yeah. He is the one who is going to take the glory because the road was constructed by Bokuwari. All right, and yeah, they said that Tinubu completed it. How? The road has been paid for. The road construction was nearly done. Wike was governor when the road was started, when the construction started. But you know, he's never in the same. He's never in. He's never a friend of Bokuwari at the time. He was pretending to be fighting federal government, right? This was not constructed by Tinubu. But yeah, they're going to use that right now I mean, he's already using that to tell them that look at what Tinubu has done for you in a space of 2.5 years. It is a 37-kilometer road, by the way. I want you to see it. Then we're going to come back to Wike and even Fubara too, right? This is the road constructed by Okwari. He's dead though, but yeah, he did this. Meanwhile, they went back to Fubara slept. Except that this Wike and these guys, they've concluded their plan, and it's that they will never get a security, no matter what. He said behind the scene, he's made several efforts and was waiting for Wike's hint to bring them together, the assembly and the government. According to him, the assembly will never do anything without the instruction of Wike. And even if he tried to reach out to them directly, they won't listen to him because Wike will tell them not to. Wike is saying that Fubara is proud. He's not reaching out to them. He's not, he's just doing his own thing. Doesn't respect anybody, doesn't respect any agreement of that stuff. Okay? that is why it seemed it's going to be Call versus Wike at some point. If, like the speaker just told them, the whole lot there that, Fubara is a mistake. Fubara is a threat to Nigeria's democracy. So he just had to go like this. He just wanted gone. Fubara.
Let me be very particular. The state members of the House of Assembly, I do not have any issue with them. I have made every effort. I believe that the leadership of the State Council that is led by Chief Federal Alababa can attest to this. I've made every effort to meet with them. But the arrangement wasn't for me to call them directly. It was for my leader, the minister, to arrange the meeting, which up till this hour, that meeting has not been fixed. So when people go about saying, I don't want to meet them, so thing, I don't want to attend to them, I don't want to meet their demand, that is pure lie. I don't have any reason to do that. I personally said whatever is their need, whatever is things that they need, I'm ready to meet it so that we can have peace in the state. So please, I'm saying it here, this is a live television. Whoever is going to tell you that I don't want to meet the member of us of the State Assembly is not true. I have met with our leaders and they said they were going to arrange a meeting. I do not want to go behind them so that it will look as if, because I go behind them, it will look as if I'm trying to divide the house. I'm a gentleman and a very principled person. And that is the reason why I am saying this here. I have suffered so much because of single story. A lot of times things have happened, nobody have heard my own side. So I just want to deviate a bit to say it here. Please, Mr. Speaker, leadership of the House and other members, I have made every effort to meet with you. That they are going to arrange a meeting. So whoever is saying that I refuse to meet you, or there is an arrangement that was presented to me and I said I'm not going to do it, it is not true. Please, we need to come together for the interests of this state. It's not about me, it's about this state. Some of you are wondering, I know that story everywhere. I just want to say, first, the reason why we took this decision is not a personal decision or to fulfill my personal ambition, but to see that our state succeeds. We cannot strive in an atmosphere of rancor. Development cannot come to our states that is continuous. And you are also aware that we are also standing because of the support of Mr. President.
Nuisance Lele.
Yeah, that's a Fubara. He once said that, but rather than for the meeting to be arranged, it's the impeachment arrangement that is now ongoing. But we'll see how that plays out, because to Wike, nobody should intervene in any of this. Nobody should. Because Fubara remained one of their biggest mistakes. And they are willing to correct it in the 2027 selection. So APC reacted. This was after this, by the way, or yeah, after the impeachment notice. So they said the attention of their leadership of APC has been drawn, to the latest unfortunate development coming out from the chambers of the Rivers State House of Assembly, right? And our position as of today on this matter is that we solemnly reject this result to an impeachment process against our governor, APCO, and his deputy. It will be totally untenable for our party to keep quiet when an obvious hangover from strifes that occurred within the PDP are allowed to surface in our great party. So they are saying they are bringing their PDP wahala to APC. And right now they are going to meet a stiff opposition. Here you get now. So it is important to say to Rivers people and Nigerians that since the latest threat of impeachment centers on the budget, we remind ourselves that under the period of emergency rule, a budget was transmitted to the National Assembly by the President and the Commander-in-Chief in May 2025, which was approved by the Senate on 25th of June 2025, and subsequently by the House of Representatives on the 22nd of July 2025 for a total sum of 1.485 trillion naira. Interestingly, this budget is for 1 year and should run up till August 2026. And if the governor is comfortable with the composition of the said budget, he may elect not to present any supplementary budget. Besides, the Constitution allows for a 6-month spending window into the new fiscal year by a state governor. We therefore strongly advise all members of the Rivers State House of Assembly, especially APC members, to resist pressures from outside the assembly chambers to destabilize the government of Rivers State, ably led by His Excellency Fubara. So let it be known that our party, APC, will do everything possible to ensure that the government of Rivers State, which is an APC government, is not destabilized through patricidal disagreements. We therefore call on members of the State House of Assembly, especially APC members, to immediately discontinue the impeachment process in order not to drag the state image of our great party to the mud and stifle the continuous progress and development of Rivers State. So let our state remain a democracy and not a politico-cracy. And this is from the supposed Rivers State APC spokesperson, the APC chairman of Rivers State. This is what Wike told him to go and tell the national.
Don't take, let me warn those who come to Rivers State because you have had about 600 billion. You come here, you connect, and you open your mouth, you talk anyhow. I want to say it. You know, when you abuse something for the interest of everybody, some people will come out to make sure those things don't work. I said here, Victor, tell the brother, I want to say it here. Take this message. Tell your national secretary, leave Rivers State alone. Leave Rivers State alone. Go and ask those who have tried it before. Go and ask those who have tried it before. Papenta, Politico. Don't take our support from Mr. President for granted.
You know, so that was the APC chairman in Rivers State, recognized by Wike. And according to Wike, there is no party, there's no political party in Rivers State anymore. What they have in Rivers State right now is Rainbow Coalition. I explained that to you yesterday, right? So Rainbow Coalition is when they all have to say, you. Man, it's mental. So yeah, don't take the don't take our support for the president for granted, right? He was referring to the APC secretary 2 days ago. Remember that part?
Don't take our support for Mr. President for granted. You have to be careful the statement you make. You have to be careful. Today, you are enjoying in Osun. You don't know those who did the work. You are opening your mouth to talk about Rivers State
Anything you see, take it. Anything you see, what? Take it.
Agreement is agreement, yo. Agreement is agreement, yo. Without reaching for settlement, you can't tell me nonsense. Agreement is agreement, yo.
When Mr. President comes back, when I see the Minister of the Economy, I will tell them to tell him, go and ask other people what has happened to them before. Putting River State, carry your hand to come to River State. If your hand burns, don't say the people no more. I can challenge anybody. This state is a no-go area. This state is a no-go area. Whether you like it or you don't like it or there. So, take the one you have taken. Stop making unnecessary comments. Take the one you have taken. Stop making unnecessary comments. If not, when I come out,
That's a wicked. Because when it comes out, it's going to actually like touch everyone. Is that powerful? Then, if they should sack Wike, currently is partyless. It's got no political party. Okay. If Kolu should sack Wike, it is not that sack that will actually possibly like a kill Wike. It is what the internet is going to turn to for a whole week. You get what I mean now? That the depression may actually like, because a lot of people are waiting for the time where Wike will be completely humbled. For now, I can challenge anybody, and he can, of course he can, until Kolu returns, you know. And similarly, right, the governor of Abia State, Alex Otti, has been receiving kind of like a more subtle jibes, direct jibes from the APC, who believes that what he is doing in Abia State is just cosmetics, you know, like one of the person who said that, right, is Oji Uzokalu, the ex-convict, who somehow feels like everywhere he turns to, people are always like asking him about Otti and all of that stuff, like nobody can challenge Otti. Then he said, many of you didn't know that it was the stakeholders who came together to ensure that Alex Otti became governor, not because of what some of you think is popularity or his acceptance, no. And right now, they have realized that what he is doing in Abia is cosmetic, you know. Oji Uzokalu said, Alex Otti is repenting the project he did years ago when he was governor. I didn't say it, maybe in his words. So therefore, Otti will go in 2027 for APC to come in.
I consider the governor as my friend, and 2 years I never criticized, I never said anything. And they shot the first salvo. And I reply by telling them, because I said that APC, I'll work for APC to win. We work for him to have won in 2023. And we are not going to do that again. We work for our party to win. What is wrong with that? Is that why I should receive insults? It is not acceptable by me. And I'm going to work for my party.
So do you believe that after Governor Alex Otti as governor, Abia State will not be able to produce any other person who can do even better than he has done?
If he has done better, I don't know about that. Because you can see that what I did in 2 years as a governor, the records are there for you to see. With the money Alex Otti received in 4 months is what I received in 8 years. That is the truth. So what he has done, because it's just repainting and rebuilding the roads I built as a governor in the last 1999 and 2007. I have not seen any new major road taking place. like I did. Like now, I'm in the Senate, and all the roads I'm doing in communities are brand new farmland road. I've not seen him enter the farmland road. By 2 years' time, I've already done what people never believe in this state, which made then President Obasanjo said they should remove action governor, executive governor. So I've not seen. By then, education was free, 100%. Healthcare free. All these things we are talking about were free. So I've not even seen what they have done. That is the truth. I know you have tried in rebuilding the road I built from Osuakoli Road going to Hafia, which I've stayed for so long, 2 years before completion. These are roads I built, and I've not seen anything they did. I don't know all the noise in the social media. And this business is not done in social media. This business is done on right time by the people you are seeing there.
So you said you worked for the governor in 2023 for him to become the governor.
Yes, it's
How
true.
did you do that?
No, I work for him. He knows. Even my brother running APP, I called him to cooperate with him because we are going to support him. And that is the truth.
Are you withdrawing your support?
It's gone because I support for APC.
I saw Jews Okalu. You know, that some of you probably don't even know that they worked behind to make him governor. So next time they are not doing it anymore. This time around they want to bring it, bring in their own person. Or Jews Okalu, the one who was, oh dear, the one that his mom was more or less like the governor, or they probably said the mom was like the deputy governor. She was not powerful, right? That they milked Abia State. That Ojiwu Sokalu got convicted for looting over 10 billion naira from Abia State. But they said the Supreme Court had to let him go on technical ground. The conviction of Ojiwu Sokalu is because he looted Abia State. Left the Abia State even poorer, so to say. Well, some said he was still the best. As worse as it might be then, right? They said Ojiwu Sokalu's time was actually still the best compared to those who succeeded him. You get what I mean? But he actually went to jail, and then they had to let him go on technical ground. Ask me, waiting with the technical ground. They transferred the judge. You get me now? The judge that was listening to his case got transferred while his case was still on, right? He got transferred elsewhere. So another judge, all right? Or if I think the same judge actually convicted him, but they said, well, it's lack of jurisdiction. He shouldn't have continued the case since he's been transferred from that jurisdiction to another place. That's what Supreme Court said. They said, okay, because of that, he should go back to the Senate. That's why he's in the Nigerian Senate now, making laws for Nigerians. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday when the former running mate to Peter Obi, Ahmed Datti, declared his own interest in the 2027 race. But he is not officially declared that, so to say, but he stated the reason why he won't be following Peter Obi to coalition stuff, right? He called them the traveling politicians and travelers who were given presidential tickets in 2023, and right now they have continued their journey. So with the Daily Trust media today, it seemed to have started kind of like extending the olive hand or an olive branch to Peter Obi, because according to him, he's never going to get the ADC ticket. So if he doesn't get the ADC ticket, he could return back home, which is the Labour Party, and Datti will be happy to welcome him back and at the same time support him if he wants to run. In his own words, Datti.
His Excellency Peter Obi did not invite me to join him in ADC because everyone knows me. There are certain things you'd rather not approach me with. People know me, even while I was in Parliament. And let me not distract us and go into that. Two, our personal relationships are solid. Only on the 12th, he attended the wedding in my house, in person, where I have much, much, much respect for Peter Obi. If he doesn't get the ADC ticket, Come back, please. I will work for you and try to get Peter Obi the ticket in Labour. I will try and mend the ways between him and whoever are not in good terms with him. It doesn't make sense. First of all, nobody owns me. I'm my own person. When I joined in 2023, I saw us put paid to a certain burning question. Can a Southeasterner, for God's sake, be elected? Can he even be President, Federal Republic of Nigeria? That's the kind of person I am. Something challenging, something idealistic. I said yes. Since I walked away from governorship candidate, this is my worthwhile challenge, and I'll support it. I supported Peter Obi's presidency with all my heart, with all my mind. In some of our, or in most of our presidential campaigns, particularly in the north, the core northern states, as we call them, I began to make some very, very strong campaigns. And I said that the name of Nigeria registered in the UN is Federal Republic of Nigeria. Not as you would have it, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Islamic Republic of Iran, Libyan People's Jamahiriya, or Islamic Republic of Mauritania. At the same time, the creator of all and everything, God Almighty, after creating these countries that I mentioned, created Federal Republic of Nigeria, created the Vatican, created others, and the mix that we have here in Nigeria. And then I would say that the creator of all and everything does not make mistakes. The campaign speeches are there for you to refer to. For that, I offered no apology for supporting Peter Obi. I was particularly irked when you have the records, when the leading candidate then said the name of Peter Obi was not even worth mention. This was a huge insult. And I got to work, I fired back, I did everything. That was when they went to get two gentlemen, impersonate me online and attack the whole of my family, who are now compensated with international appointments, which tells you that APC is actively involved in all the ungodly things that are happening. But let me come back. I was in support of Peter Obi to become the president because as at that time, that was the right thing to do. Let all of us in Nigeria answer the question, can it be done? Yes, it was done, but it was denied. It was done with my support, and I'm very, very happy to stand by it. That was 2023. This is 2027. Baba Obasanjo handed over in, being a Southerner, handed over in 2007 to late Malam Umaru, Northerner. In 2011, President Goodluck Jonathan, Southerner, was elected president after 4 years. And Peter Obi was part of the machinery of Goodluck Jonathan. Now, in 2023, late Baba Buhari handed over to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. 2027, a Northerner can be elected. And the North didn't start it. The South started it. But look, put all these things aside. I'm a Nigerian. Forget I'm from the North or South. I am just a Nigerian.
Right.
And I'm speaking as one because when it was time to work for the Southeast, when it was time to work for the South, I did. My records are there to stand for it. I did.
But you're not saying that that's it for you?
I don't understand your question.
Like you're no longer concerned about zoning anymore ahead of 2027?
No one respected zoning like me.
Right.
So, unless if you want me to go back and read everything for you.
I just wanted to be clear on that. So, talk to me about those who have raised the concern that you staying back in Labour Party, the risk to reward ratio is not looking great for you. How can you survive isolated? It looks like you're swimming against the tide. How can you survive politically without Peter Obi, without the obedience in Labour Party?
I survived, I did well before I met Peter Obi. I won elections before I met Peter Obi. Contrary to what people are saying, you know, of course we respect the court rulings. We obey the court rulings afterwards. You have no choice but to do that. I have never lost an election in my life. Any election that I got the ticket to contest. Even the one, it was Peter Obi who was presidential candidate, not me. I have never lost an election. Swimming against the tide, what is wrong with that? Do you want the tide to carry you? Of course not. I'm not one of those lazy politicians who want to sit down and follow godfathers and use sentiments to achieve the offices they want to, and then at the end of the day, they will never do anything for the people. I will work, I will struggle. If swimming against the tide is it, I'm prepared to do.
Right.
There is nothing wrong swimming against the tide. What is the tide? APC is not a tide. Because if I were to face APC without the support of the standard thing, INEC doing what they do, DSS doing what they do, and police doing what they do, and I'm not getting into trouble for that. I'm saying the facts. Without that, I will beat APC before 12 noon.
You're that confident about it?
I am confident. These are people who have not secured Nigeria in 12 years. And you think Nigerians...
Now to turn far. Ma okuta to wa nbe ma yoku nbe. Ma sabi bata ban sa ewa. Now to turn far. Ma okuta to wa nbe ma yoku nbe. Ma sabi bata ban sa ewa.
Go serious. He's one kind of like he's one unserious fellow. But in theory, here you get, if Peter Obi and others, right, if they have been allowed to build on the momentum of 2023, they can defeat the entire system using the same method of rallying the Gen Z together, majority of them creating content to mobilize themselves, educate themselves, and the rest of that, right? So before Peter Obi finally decided to go and join them in ADC, the Obedient Movement launched their membership portal, which was one unique way to actually really have a picture of the movement itself and the spread across Nigeria, something they could use, the data they could use, okay, to build a very strong political resistance against the system, because you are rigging this and that, okay? When you look at the ADC, what many of them are saying is that they have the widespread across the country. Like, Atiku, for example, all right? He's got these friends all over Nigeria that are ready to use their own structure, you know what I mean, to ensure that APC is not able to rig election in those places. But that's a myth. It is a total myth. Atiku has not been able to actually use his influence, all right, to win any election, ever. He's been in that position as well, where he believes he's got it, but he doesn't at the end of the day, right? So similarly, selling that as an idea for Obi to join them so that, you know, they can be able to help stop the same thing they are promising that they want to do. Obedient to do it for free. Do you get what I mean? Because the way the likes of the Atiku and others operate, right, is more or less like cash and carry. Okay? So they are going to, you know, build their list and everybody's going to get paid to go and defend their vote. And sometimes if the other side pay more, they will just get to see whatever pledges they made to Atiku. They will collect that money and they will work for APC. It has happened before. But the only people that will never collect money under no circumstance or circumstances, it will be theory, okay? In theory, and it is doable. Peter Obi is a billionaire, Abi. The obedient themselves can raise billions for his election. But if all of us are now going to come to the practical side, we realize that it is actually not that simple. Simply because most of these political parties, most of these politicians, they have been pretty much compromised. We have seen the level of kind of like a war waged by those who are supposed to be the same political party, Labour Party. The war they waged against themselves over money in the last 2.5 years alone will tell you that you can't build any virile sort of like opposition or platform to challenge a ruling party on that, because the saboteurs are already in. They are in different courts. Baba, immediately the Supreme Court gave the judgment that Tinubu won. Yeah. Arab and Bidiot and the rest of them and their court cases disappeared. Vanished. So we can't ignore that. That will then bring us to Datti himself. You see, where Datti said in their 2027 plan, a northerner is probably going to run. He's right, because somehow people believe that Atiku is going to be the candidate of the ADC. Or maybe, just like when it was projected at the time that Atiku was going to be the candidate of the APC in 2014, that December, when they chose Bukwari, because Atiku had the money to share. He's got that. But you have to counter him with more money. In this sense, you have to counter with like more dollars to challenge Atiku. So if Peter Obi is going to be a major contender, he can contend with Atiku. Because most of the people who are going to be the delegates in their Congress or to choose the candidate, they are mostly going to be relying on who is going to pay them more. So in that regard, right? So Peter Obi would have to like forfeit his obedience movement to the ADC. And how is that going to really work out? People are doing analysis on that, so don't waste your time. So Papa Ahmed Datti, who himself is positioning himself to run in 2027, right? Understanding what they went through in the hands of these brigands in this same, in the same Labour Party. And there's also something to notice. Nenadi Usman is the faction that actually won the last court case to determine who is the authentic group that is the leadership of the Labour Party. Abure is not the chairman of Labour Party anymore, but he didn't leave. He's still parading himself as one. Then Datti is hobnobbing with him or more. I'll leave it at that. So I left the line open for so long. And tonight is just like a test broadcast. So the only thing we didn't do is to actually take calls, all right? So I am going to say thank you to you. Let me know what you think about this current visual, right? Let me know. So that, and then the audio as well, if we do not have any form of, echoing behind the voice, right? Let me know as well, okay? So, thank you very much for your time. I'm going to see you another time, okay? Yeah, it could have been extended if you took the chance of calling in. But thank you anyway. I'll see you tomorrow, right? Enjoy the rest of your evening. And good night from here.
Thank you. àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary máyì bí nọ́mbà wọn. bó bá ṣe àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary máyì bí nọ́mbà wọn. ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary máyì bí nọ́mbà wọn. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun diary máyì bí nọ́mbà wọn. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary máyì bí nọ́mbà wọn. ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Maiyegun diary máyì bí nọ́mbà wọn. àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tójótójó. Maiyegun diary máyì bí nọ́mbà wọn. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. òwúrọ̀ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o ayé. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran. kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran. tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.